You're listening to Mark of the Maker. Hey everybody, I'm Mark Steiner and you're listening to Mark of the Maker. This is episode 160 of the show, and we're going to talk about Blade Show and what went on. So tonight it's just three of us. It's myself, Mr. Tom Crine.
Hey guys.
And Mr. Michael Birch.
Hey y'all.
You didn't catch Tom saying, hey guys.
You guys.
Very breathy Tom Crine tonight. I like it. He's feeling his oats after Blade Show. Sean Kendrick is not with us tonight. He had some stuff going on this week, so it's just the three of us. And then, like I said, we're going to talk Blade Show. So let's take care of some business first. Malka, you want to start us off?
Yeah. First, we want to thank Patreon. All you guys that donate, do your monthly thing on Patreon. It is greatly, greatly appreciated. It helps move our moves, helps to move our mics around, and just kind of keep us recording. Pays for some of our software that Mark uses somehow. I don't know what he does over there, editing stuff, and keeps us from having to pay out of our own pockets to do this show. You can go onto patreon.com, look for Mark of the Maker, if you want to get on that. And truthfully, if some of you guys want to donate just one time or give a little, you can go to the markofthemaker.com website, and in the upper right-hand corner, there is a PayPal donate now. So just, thousands or whatever you feel like it, just toss them in there.
Any denomination.
Yeah, I don't care if it's $1, all that stuff helps.
Yep. And
but we appreciate you guys.
We do. High five to our friends on Patreon. They're the best. We do get folks sending us cash every once in a while through PayPal. We've gotten cash in the mail, wrapped in an envelope. We've gotten checks from people before. If you don't like PayPal and you don't want to do Patreon, just shoot us a note through the little contact page, the little contact box there, and we'll find a way where you can help out if you'd like to do that. So we appreciate everyone who does.
We will find a way to get money if you want to get us something. There is a way.
Is a fact. We are very creative when it comes to that. Tomas, what would you like to say?
I want to give a shout out to Giant Mouse. Since it's the Blade Show episode, I figured I'd mention going by their booth. Always professional, always nice. It's always good to see Jim. He brought a fantastic crew. Sadly, Esper wasn't there. But if you went by their booth, on the left side, they had like a whole area of display that was all upcoming stuff. And I've got to say, they've got some fantastic stuff coming. They've got a little fixed blade, really cool little Puko-like fixed blade. And then they've got a bird and trout coming up that I will be buying one. You guys are going to like it. It's pretty sweet. Yeah. Check out their stuff. Check out their website. Give them a follow. You won't be disappointed.
Absolutely not. GiantMouse.com is where you can find those guys. You look for them on Instagram. They got all kinds of cool shit going on. So.
Oh, yeah. Always.
All right. And then I'll wrap up our business section here by thanking our friends at Arizona Custom Knives, ArizonaCustomKnives.com. You can go there and look at tens of thousands of cool knives. They got all kinds of great stuff. It's always showing up. You can sign up for alerts up from a certain maker, all kinds of features over there. The piece I want to showcase is SKU number 1136860. Andrew likes when I give the SKU. Oh, I didn't get the link for this and share it with you guys. There's Tony Bowes gun stock on there that's just fantastic. But that's kind of a gimme. Who doesn't want a Tony Bowes gun stock? But the other one that caught my eye on the front page, this is a Bill Ruppel 3-blade sow belly. What a fantastic Ruppel piece. Some gorgeous handles, some stag handles, and some fantastic engraving by Mr. Joe Mason. Look how fine that looks on that knife.
That is cool.
Oh, for sure.
That is one sweet looking piece. So 3-blade sow belly, Bill Ruppel, a fantastic piece. You can't go wrong. It actually has a real cool ostrich slip pouch, which is really, really cool. a little pocket pouch thing. Engraved on both sides, double bolster, file worked, and Bill does fantastic, uber clean work. If you've never checked out one of his knives, you owe it to yourself to do that. If you like slip joints, the godfather of the the slip joint cartel, boys out of Texas, you can't go wrong. So I have a couple Bill Rupel knives. They are outstanding, and this one is an absolute winner. So go to Arizona Custom Knives, check out their stuff, maybe check a peek at this Rupel if it's still there. It might not be by the time you get there, but I hope it is, because you can enjoy it either way, right? They keep that stuff up.
For sure.
And if you do choose to take home this beautiful engraved Bill Rupel, you can use discount code Mark of the Maker, ! All is one word, and get free shipping.
I think I might have actually used that free shipping this week.
Oh.
Yeah.
For the one that you sent in the chat? Oh,
no. That one was a pretty cool one.
That's
Steve Ryan's sword.
Pretty cool. Steve Ryan's sword is kind of awesome.
Yeah. No, I picked up a David Bowie Basic and the Cobalt.
Oh, yeah. I have one of those. Fantastic.
I made those for a while. I was doing some of the work on them. And I don't.
Yeah. Was it already cord wrapped and stuff?
No, it's not cord wrapped. It's got the black on the inside, you know?
Oh,
I think it's a Basic 2, so it's kind of the medium.
Okay. Very nice. Very nice. Great choice.
Fantastic seeing their crew at Blade Show.
Yeah.
They're always nice. I came home with a couple shirts.
Nice.
They are always nice about that kind of stuff.
Absolutely. So, Arizona Custom Knives, thanks for your support, fellas. We appreciate you. All right. So we are going to talk Blade 2026, and basically we're going to talk a little bit about show prep, guys getting ready for the show. Michael and Tom actually did a little bit different things in Atlanta, so they'll tell us about that and maybe some of the pieces that they brought. Then we're going to talk Blade Hall. What did you guys bring home, whether it's materials or cool stuff? Tommy got all kinds of fun stuff to bring home in addition to some cool materials. Both broke as a joke, I would guess, based on the photos I saw of what they brought home. And then the Saturday morning walk around. I'm very curious to hear about that. I got some live play-by-play when they were doing it from Michael, but interested to hear how that was. I'm very jealous that I was not able to join for that, because it sounds like an amazing time.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, it was a ton of fun.
All right. Let's talk show prep. What did you guys do to get ready for the show? What? There was a lot of work going into this one. I know for Michael, you had some fancy stuff going on, so you had some long run up to Blade.
Yeah, I was getting my ass kicked. So I was doing the Arts and Metal show, which was the show before Blade Show, but was at Blade Show. You know, basically at the Waverly, partly put on by Blade Show. So it's been something that's been in the works for a long time, trying to get like an invitational type show, which just makes sense. You know, you're going to have customers coming in early. You're going to have some of these European makers, and to be able to have those guys come in and then possibly show at the show too, or the ones that weren't going to show at Blade, like I haven't been to Blade for a bit, and some of like Marsh and some of these guys hadn't been. It kind of made sense, but it also means you want to bring your cool shit. So I had the Noki show before that, and then this one. So I've been really kind of full force since December, planning blades out, cutting pieces. I feel like I was making parts forever and then remaking parts. And I was just getting my ass kicked left and right. End mill issues, I think. I use a lot of really tiny end mills, and I think they were flexing on me. I would find they would fit one way, but not the other. Flip them around, they'd fit fine. So you've got two opposing curves. So if you flip it, they fit perfect, which is not a problem unless you're using black lip or yellow lip or gold lip, whatever you want to call it, where you only have the color on one side. So you need, yes, you can't really be flipping unless you plan ahead. But then you have to make sure it turned into a nightmare on some pieces. I made a lot of scrap, mother of pearl, but I don't know. I was really happy with the pieces I took. I ended up getting 6 pieces done, which I don't know, a lot of time in those 6 pieces. So I was pretty happy with them.
Why don't you talk about the ones that you brought? Like, what were the 6 knives? I'm actually just pulled up your post to look at them all at the same
And
time.
they look fantastic in person, by the way.
Thank you. I appreciate that. One, I guess I was pretty proud of all of them, but one had my first. You guys know the dipshittery of me and deciding I'm going to do something. You know, I've been very much on this train of solo authorship, trying to do as much as I can for my own pieces, just to say that like I did all that. And so I got to finally get one of my first pieces that had my own titanium zirconium forged mix as a handle. And of course, you don't know till you get it, torched and looked at it. Like, it's going to look like shit, whatever, but it worked out. And I really liked how it turned out. And that part was ended up being the part that played nice. It was the mother of pearl inlays for that one. Part of that one that kicked me in the ass. They kept wanting to blow out and get little chips in the corner and do weird shit, but I was pretty excited about that piece. Another one I wanted to do was a kind of a bridge inlay piece that had these inlays that kind of spanned the center part. And so I did some black clipping inside these white mother of pearl. Then those were set into these kind of chamfered and inlaid Damascus pieces. And yeah, it's one of those you kind of have to see. And then it kind of sandwiches the zirconium handle. You got an inset liner lock basically on both sides. And then you've got that screwed into the bridge inserts, and that's what holds the pieces together. Another one, I did a liner lock with ironwood. I haven't done ironwood or any wood in a while. It played nice, which was nice. And I did a mammoth one just in case, that it didn't want to play nice. So I'll have a nice mammoth piece to put together here soon. But a Fred, that kind of really uncool name. And a slip joint. Oh, yeah. I designed a new slip joint for this. That ended up turning out pretty cool. Pretty funky. I like the funky stuff. And I'm going to scale that one down and see if I can do kind of a small, more pocket-friendly version. I'm kind of excited about trying that out. Some real thin, 0.1. I know that's not thin for slip joint guys, but for me, that's thin as shit. And then I had another one, a Tanto that had sort of a Tron / Blade Runner titanium pocket inlays that I had mother of pearl set into those. And this was another one where the liners inset. So you start kind of running out of real estate as far as the thickness, but I wanted those to lay flat. So everything had to kind of be really thin. And then the liner screws to those inlays, the titanium pocket inlays.
Yeah.
And that one probably was the least trouble of all.
Really?
Yeah. That one was like, as long as you're not taking something out to torch, like I was able to lay those down, glue them in, and then sand everything down. It's fine. It's when you start wanting to pop them out later and torch shit to lay them flat, that's when trouble arises. And start doing some, for the Nogi show too, for this one, I started doing some kind of funky inlay thumb studs.
Yeah.
So yeah, a ton of work, but when you're in a room with like Walker and some of those European making the Island brothers were there, shit like that, you can't just bring your regular stuff,
right?
So I don't know, it worked out, they're gone, so that's really all that matters,
right? Yeah, I'm surprised that one wasn't more trouble. Those little the Tanto, the little tie frames that the mother of pearl sits into, I realize there's like a backing behind it, right? But man,
it's like a 20 thousandths that you screw into. It's thin.
Yeah. And how thick are those little walls that go around the mother of pearl? They look super thin.
They are 0.0. What are they making those? Maybe 0.02.
Yeah.
Yeah. Enough for there to be a nice little blue line, but not much more.
Right.
That's about it.
That seems awful flexy. Like, when you're dealing with that piece, when you're trying to press the mother of pearl in and all that stuff.
Oh,
it seems very delicate.
You don't want to press shit in. You want it to fit in and but you don't want it to be loosey-goosey. And
Yeah.
that's the pain in the dick of like bigger pieces of mother pearl, and why I had issues with that homemade piece with sort of that kind of multiple holes and outside
Yeah.
parts of that one inlay is when you start using long pieces, I start going in like 0.0003 increments. That's where I start my inlays, and I go up in those increments to get the fit I want. And it depends on what it's going in. If it's titanium, nothing's going to move. If it's Zerk or Damascus or my own homemade shit or Zerkatite, the oxide layer is going to build up and you're going to be sad. It's going to be a tighter
Right.
squeeze. But for that good fit, it's got to be not snug, but like you can't rock it. You got to be careful, like on the longer pieces, it has to go in perfectly flat.
Right.
Or one edge catches the other edge, then it chips out on one. It can bring sadness.
Yeah. That shape is really cool. It's almost like, it's not a chain link, but it's got a little bit of that kind of look to it. And it's like, you'd be hard pressed to come up with a shape that would be more fiddly than that. Right? Like, that's an awful spindly kind of piece to squeeze in there.
Real pain in the ass. And I did, another version of that, but I used some of knifesupplies.com, that great dude to get some vintage materials from.
Yeah.
He sent me that, like I've got a red Bakelite, a brown Bakelite, and green. And that I used the green and it looks like friggin' watermelon.
Yeah.
It was vivid as all get out.
Wow. Yeah. All these pieces are great. Like Tom said, the ironwood piece is really cool. That's some really pretty ironwood, very impressionist painting kind of burl in that guy.
Thanks. I've been holding on to that for a long ass time.
Right.
It's seasoned.
Yeah. Yeah. In the drawer of future opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
I like the
Of
slip
course.
joint too. How big is the slip joint when it's closed? That's the way the slip joint guys always do their thing. What's the closed length?
Excellent question. I don't
That would be my
know.
answer also.
That's funny.
You know what? I got a handle right over here. Let me measure it for you.
I'm surprised you didn't get that question in Atlanta. That's the slip joint guy question. This isn't a traditional slip joint though.
No, I don't think the people buying these are
No.
slip joint people.
No.
They probably hate these, but I don't know. Whatever. It is 4.2.
Oh, okay. So it's not super huge. Smaller than a
No.
Texas toothpick style.
It just, it's a little thicker, a little whatever.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
told you about the judge coming by and he had a
Yeah.
pocket full of literal slim. And I was like, well, shit.
Thanks, Keith.
Yeah.
That's funny. The bridge piece is real cool. So for people, to me, what this looks like at first glance is almost like it's like a big old slice in the frame, in the Zerk frame or the Zerk handle. And then they're like great big stitches and almost is what it looks
Mhm.
like. Damn.
Yeah. I kind of want to do bow ties, but I could not get them to scale down properly.
Yeah.
That's a later me thing, though. I think I have to do it.
Bow ties would be boss.
Not
looking-
the Chevy bow ties. Let's calm down there.
These are the other direction bow ties. I got them in my desk. I'm looking at them right now.
Yeah, the ones for the like tables and stuff.
Yeah. Not Chevy bow ties. Not
And that
yet.
is where the idea came from.
Not yet. Yeah. All right. Awesome pieces, man. So how was AIM? What was the mood like in the room? It seemed like there's decent money in the room. What was your takeaway?
I think so. I think there was, and I think the crowd was a lot bigger than I thought it was, because it was kind of a bigger room. It was one of those kind of side rooms on the top of the stairs.
Yeah.
The Waverly, one of those ballrooms I didn't, that there, but I'd never been in them. Bigger than I thought it would be.
That's where the Blade Show used to be,
Oh, really?
in that room. Yeah.
I was
Yeah, they have flexibility, right, Tom? Can't they
Yeah.
expand and like combine them? And,
Correct.
'cause
So that was all the tables in there, the custom makers, and then out on the mezzanine there was all the booths.
Yeah.
I was pleasantly surprised by, it was a pretty full room looking around. The only problem is, you've got a closed ecosystem there.
Yeah.
As far as money goes, and there's only so much money to go around. So that's the only bad thing about it. And it's really interesting. I don't think I told you guys this at all. It's like, and you talk to people while you're there, but I don't feel like I ever really get to sit down and talk.
Yeah.
And this, I was talking to someone, they suggested like a meet and greet. I don't know how you do it, but like before the show where you have your drinks and you get to talk with the customers and really discuss. Because it feels like, at all the invitational type stuff, we get, have some drink or whatever, supposed to get our food, but I rarely do. I didn't eat anything. You're nervous, you're whatever. And then the people come in and they just kind of come in a line. You don't really get a time to just sit and really talk about the knives, which I don't know how we make that happen or how maybe people don't want to, but I want to.
Yeah.
You're putting money down on these things. Don't you want to, let's talk about it. Let's, I don't know, break it down and talk about how it was made or why or what, or I don't know. But I was talking to a gentleman. We stayed at the Embassy Suites this go around. We didn't get into Waverly, but we tried to stay at the Omni, but they had the games there. So the price was way, way high. But so they had like your complimentary, alcohol, drink or whatever. So we went down there, with our little ticket to get a shitty Yuengling Yuengling and Bud Light was your complimentary. If you want to upgrade to a Miller Lite, that was $5.
I drank some
Pretty
Yuengling
crazy.
though.
So the Yuengling was great. So there was a guy there, kind of an older gentleman that reminded me a touch of Ed Fowler.
Yeah.
And somehow he was like, yeah, I went to this knife show. I was like, oh, you went to the Arts and Metal? And he's like, yeah, that's what it was. He's like, yeah, the prices were, you had paid $250 for a ticket or something. And I was like, yeah, I mean, it's, you pay this. He's like, I've never done one like that before. Said it was interesting, just different, but $250 just to get in. And I was like, well, did you buy anything? Did you win anything? Get anything cool? And he was like, yeah, I got the Walker and Stan Wilson. And I was like, then $250 wasn't a problem. He's like, well, yeah, And I was like, oh my God, you never know.
Yeah.
And it just, he'd never been to a show like that, and then picked up a Walker and a Wilson.
Wow.
Yeah. So
hell of a first show like that.
No shit. I think Walker took one,
I was going to say, he didn't bring more than one, did he?
Yeah, that he got it.
Wow. That Crescent
So
lock.
just kind of crazy. Yeah, as usual, killer knife. I saw the Stan Wilsons before they went to the show. Those were, good Lord, they were pretty killer, as usual. But no, I think the money was there. There's a ton of great makers in a variety. This was the cool thing about it, I thought, that Steve did really, really well. Instead of being like just a art knife, it was a sampling of every type of knife, because you had slip joint guys, you had tactical guys, you had the European makers, you had forge guys, like the Jonas guy was there with his fantastic monster sword, and there's a few of those guys. You had some of your South American makers. It was a snapshot of what you see at Blade, which I think is fantastic for what that show is.
Yeah.
So it was just really cool.
Something for everybody by the sounds of it.
Yeah. I mean, if you left sad, then I don't know what to tell you, man.
Right.
And if you left with money, then hell, you got a whole show to go.
Right. Yes.
So it's win-win.
I like the idea of social hour time.
I do too. There's something that, I don't know. I had a long conversation with a customer in the pit, and we talked about that. And I was like, this is right here is what we need for these shows. We need this conversation about, why we collect, whatever. And not everyone's going to want to do that. For some people, it's transactional. But for the customers that, truly the ones I want, the ones that, I love, having, are the ones that want to know why and what behind a design.
Yeah.
I want to know why and how they got to collecting and what they're interested in, how they got there. It's deeply private, or not private, it's deeply personal to me. And I would think that giving a ton of money for a knife should be deeply personal to them too. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Something cool needs to change, something like that.
As as someone that didn't go, I will say it made Thursday night in the pit kind of suck.
Oh, did it really?
Oh,
Well, yeah, there was just, I mean, there just wasn't very many people there.
yeah.
Interesting.
Huh.
I still had a good time, found people to talk with, but it was obviously not what it normally is.
Right. Something's going on. Usually Thursday night, there's a heavy buzz in the pit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I tried to stay away from the pit, but I had to go down there once, or I'd go over there once.
Yeah, I saw
don't
you
know.
and the family walk through, and then I went to find you, and you must have like walked through and gone.
Yeah. So I went to go talk to that customer and because I'm bone tired. And I talked to you about this, like, how old do you think Kit Carson was when we were like coming up?
Oh, yeah.
Do you think he was our age now, or do you think he was younger? Or
I think he was probably a little older.
I don't know.
I don't know,
but
maybe
like,
a little younger.
But he was closing down. Those guys were closing down the pit, at our
Yeah.
age or possibly younger, and probably closing down the pit for a long time. But I'm like, I don't want to do that, man.
Yeah.
Dude, I can remember sitting out there with Kit and Trace in the pit. It's 5:30, and I'm like, hey guys, I got to go get at least an hour of sleep
Yeah.
and go up and get it like an hour of sleep, and then stand in the shower trying to wake up for about 30 minutes and making it to the table.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah. Some of those old school guys did not play.
I could not keep up with them. My little young dumb self would be all drunked up and then have to stand all day and just be bone tired,
Yeah.
because of course, you don't sit behind a thing. So I'm just hungover as
No.
shit. Be like, well, one of those, noon beers would probably help out a little bit, and
Hair of the dog,
Yeah.
baby.
yeah, but man, those were rough.
Yeah.
Real rough.
Yeah. I like aside from the unfortunate parent side effect on maybe the participation in the pit, having that show there as part of it, I think makes a ton of sense. And like I said, I really like the social thing. Maybe I'll reach out to Steve and offer some help on that if he wanted to try to do something.
Yeah.
I think that would be a cool thing to do, even if it's an hour, right?
Something. We were
You'd
talking
have to do it before.
about it on the way home.
Yeah.
Yeah, Abby and I work. So it's like you're still going to need time for the makers to go in and set up their table and stuff. So it's, I don't know, maybe
Right.
an hour or something before or
But
whatever.
it-
Take some time off that last part of the show. I don't know.
It went
But
really late.
something.
It went late?
What's that?
It went kind of late till like 11.
I think so.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. I was, after the, stuff was gone and stuff, you're like, well, I got to scoot.
Yeah. Doing something before where the makers can come but don't have to, because like you said, there's guys that would not be into that. But the makers are welcome, right? Or encouraged to participate. And,
Mm-hmm.
maybe put one of the cases in your pocket or something. You know what I mean? One that you want to show people and talk about. That would be fun.
Yeah, I think like if there was like a rooftop bar or something where you can do
Yeah.
that, have a case, everyone brings a piece to put in that case or whatever.
Yeah, a
If-
little showcase thing.
something like that. Yeah, so people can look at them and say, this is what we're going to, you might see later, but yeah, have a few
Sampling.
drinks, a few cocktails or whatever. Then maybe as a maker, I can actually eat something or whatever. And then, give us about 30 minutes. We cut from the cocktail hour a little early, carries on for them. And then
Right.
we go set up something.
Yeah. Then they open the doors to that room where the stuff is and boom, go do the
Yeah.
business piece. Yeah, that's an interesting idea. I like it.
Yeah. I don't like just the cattle car part of it. And I don't know.
Interesting. Well, it sounds like the show went well. And I heard some of the pieces did real well on auction pieces that were there. So like you said, there must have been good money in the room. And I don't for the listeners at home, right? I don't ask that question to be crass, right? The money in the room is sort of the barometer, right? Like to me, it's
Mhm.
canary in the coal mine on like, how healthy is the game right now, right? The business of this level of knives. And it's not always super strong, right? That's why I asked the question, right? There's stronger years than others for sure. And with, economy being a little wacky right now, it's maybe wouldn't be super surprising if it wasn't super strong, but it sounds like it was all right.
Well, I don't know. I think that I don't know. It kind of depends on where, who you are. I don't know if it's across the board. The money was strong. I think,
Yeah.
as usual, it's like bids didn't mind. I set a reserve on mine, didn't meet it, which, it's fine. If it doesn't meet it, I will do online. Because that's, like I said, the only problem with like the closed room is there's only so much money.
It's competing, right? There's a lot of competition.
Yeah, it is. That's like the one time as knife makers, we are actually competing. And, we had that conversation with another knife maker who was like, well, I would just let it go. And I'm like, I have so much time in these knives. If I don't meet what I want out of them or feel like I should get out of them for the time put into them, then I either need to not make those and make something different or set the reserve and get it later. It's like saying telling someone they worked overtime and saying, well, don't expect to get paid for that. Like, well, but I worked overtime for that, and to me, the time I put into the knives, if I don't pay myself for that time, then that's time away from my family that I didn't get paid for. And that's not okay. So yeah, it is what it is, In the end, knives go away, and that's really all that matters. And that's, in this economy, this time, shit, man, we'll take that any day.
Right. Anything else you want to talk about with Hearts and Metal Show?
No, I think I covered quite a bit.
Yeah.
A lot of cool pieces. I didn't get much of a chance to walk around, but I did a quick whatever. Not everyone had set up yet.
Yeah.
I don't know. No, but it was good.
But yeah, by all indications, there were some great pieces there.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. So your run up to Blade was quite long due to the complexity of the stuff you're working on. And Tom, what about you? So you did the main Blade show as usual, right, Tom?
Right. Yeah. We were at booth 641.
Booth 641.
And two of my sons were there, Zach and Ben. And all three of us had knives. And we had a great show.
Nice.
Getting ready for it was kind of a weird time. We were really busy with just life, right? I mean, it seems like anymore that's all the time. And, my son, Jake, he moved back to Trashville. And so we had to help him load up. And then Ben, his house got done and he moved from my mom's guest house back and helped with that. And so, just a lot of life, right?
Right.
So fortunately I had, quite a bit of prep work done. I kind of anticipated this was going to happen. And so I had run parts. The bad thing was some of the parts didn't work out, like the frame locks.
Oh.
Yeah. I was supposed to use a square 1/8" end mill and I used a bullnose. And so the pockets were a little off. And then when on op 2, they didn't seat properly. And anyways, I didn't realize that until I got pretty far into them. So I was fitting blades before I realized what was up, and I ended up trashing all those. So,
ouch. Sorry, man.
Yeah, I mean, that's how knife making works, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Especially when you're in show prep, it's like either your equipment breaks or something.
Right.
So yeah, just scrap those. And anyways, I had grand ideas of bringing 20 pieces to the show, and I brought 10. And I had a fantastic show. It was, I always want to bring more of the base price models, but it seems like everybody wants more of the fancier stuff. So I'm always torn a little bit on figuring out what to bring. I brought a few fixed blades. I really was wanting to get my Chris and the push dagger done. I've been working on those for about 3 blades now. It's like maybe I'll have them at Blade West. I don't know. But fixed blades, I've tried to explain this to some people and at the show too, but when I'm making folders, it's a whole different process and mindset and tool set even than when I'm making fixed blades. So when I try to stop and make fixed blades, it's like I got to make a clean stop, and like it's total different thought process and tools and everything. And so it's not as easy as it sounds. Just like people that want a left-handed folder, it's not just, I can't just do left-handed, right? It's not as easy as it sounds.
Right.
Had that conversation at the table also. But yeah, I'm trying to work some more fixed blades into the everyday work week. And so we'll see how that goes. But had a great show. Zach was staying, like, he lives 30 minutes away, but what he often does is he'll come up here and sleep up here and work at night and then go back to work in the morning. And he was able to bring 4 pieces and he sold all of them. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Ben, with having a new little baby and moving and life also, and not taking his father's advice, which is the biggest thing, right?
The most obvious mistake of all. Go ahead.
Yeah. So Wednesday, I was like, we got to leave at 3. I'm leaving at 3, right? And basically, because we've got to bring the booth. So I can't do all night anymore. It's not safe, really. And I just feel like hell afterwards. So I'm like, I'm leaving no later than 3. I got done around noon. Ben realized he's not going to have anything done. And he was like, oh, I'm not going to go. I'm like, no, listen, you're really close on all your knives. I want you to finish. Keep working late today and then work all day tomorrow, which would be Thursday. I said, I'll drive the booth. It's no big deal. And I'll set it up. And so he flew in Thursday night and got there around 11 p.m. But yeah, He worked right up until, like, he was going to get ready when his flight was less than 2 hours away. And then just like bebopped in and made it.
Yeah.
And then Daniel, who works for me, he was working late, and Zach had to work Wednesday when I left. So I went down by myself, and he was going to ride with Trent and Daniel. And Daniel worked late, and they got in at 8:00 Friday morning.
Oh, geez.
I'm just like, holy hell. But they brought Ben's knives because he finished first. So instead of checking a gun, and he didn't have time for that. So they brought his knives.
Wow.
So yeah, it was kind of crazy prep work. I was okay. But yeah, I left a lot of stuff pretty close to being done on the bench. And like, I'm finishing up a really nice bolstered piece. I'll put it up for sale tomorrow, and got another 2 or 3 for next week. So yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
All good. But yeah, it seemed like pretty good traffic coming by the table, especially Friday to me, Friday seemed like a better day. Of course, I don't set up Saturday, but just talking to people.
Yeah.
Seemed like Friday was a busier day for most people than Saturday.
Interesting.
Which is not usually how it is.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like there was a crazy rush, but I don't know if maybe I wasn't paying attention.
I think splitting it into the early birds and the normies, as I say, really kind of makes that crazy rush seem not so crazy.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
Because it splits up the crowd. Yeah, at one point those entry times were quite close, right?
Yeah, it used to be crazy.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I don't know. I thought we had a great show. Really felt like I got to see quite a few people. It was weird, the meals, So like I said, Thursday night was kind of weird in the pit, but I grabbed a meal with like 2 guys, Josh and Nick, and we had a great steak and great meal. And then Friday night, we went to Fogo de Chao with like 25 people, but it's ridiculous to do that. So like 6 of us sat at the end, and that was like, basically I had a meal with 6 people.
Right.
Then I got breakfast with one person, me and Ben and Joe however you say his name.
Oh, yeah. Joe, the fish knife guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was awesome. And then Saturday night, it was like everybody had plans, and we were just like, okay, well, we'll go eat. And anyways, it was me, Ben, and Zach at the sushi place.
Oh.
And so it was just kind of bizarre as far as, the people that normally go with us, some of them weren't there. And then Saturday night, like the 2 people that were going to go with us both kind of backed out saying they were feeling sick. And it was just like, whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
So usually we grab a few more meals. And then Sunday, we usually stay Sunday night and drive home Monday because it's a nice, easy drive. And Sunday afternoon, we get out at 2. By the time you're packed up, it's 3. It's a freaking 10-hour drive, you lose an hour. And it's like you get back late and it's you feel tired already, and then you
Right.
start that drive and it's rough. And the traffic is kind of awful in Atlanta.
Yeah.
But AD was supposed to work the next day. That's Ben's wife, and we had to get back so Ben could watch his little girl Thea. So we
Yeah.
left Sunday, which I don't ever want to do again, because after we got out of traffic, the sun was in my eyes and I was tired, and Ben was like a puppet with his strings cut over there, you know. He was
Yeah.
just out. And I was just like, those 2 hours, the first 2 hours were rough.
Yeah. That driving
Oh.
into the sun when you're tired, that's just brutality.
It's awful, man. I was just,
It's that thing, right? Where
Yeah.
like you guys will know exactly what I'm talking about. It's like you're so tired that it actually hurts to stay awake.
Yeah.
Like it
you're pinching
physically
yourself.
hurts.
you're-
Yeah.
yeah, and you
Ugh.
want to close your eyes, and the sun's like, go ahead.
Yeah.
Close 'em.
I
That's
got
really
you,
bright.
bro.
And you're just like, ugh.
Right.
So
Oh.
luckily I had Abby, and I'd be like, I can't. And she like, you were driving for like an hour and a half. I'm like, I know. I'm so sorry.
So this is pretty bad, but one night, my wife and I, we went up to a school function in Nebraska, and we're like, it's only 6 hours home and it's midnight. We're like, yeah, let's just go home. We want to go home. We're fine. About 3 hours into it, I think we were doing like 15 or 20-minute changes.
Oh,
on
geez.
driving. It was freaking awful.
Oh,
Sometimes it's like that.
Never again.
yeah.
Like, I made it 20 minutes. It's your turn.
Right. Yeah. You're quite sure. Oh, this could be easy living. We'll be fine.
Yeah.
And then,
Nope.
oof.
I think I told
Yeah.
you guys, like, I don't think I've had my ass kicked by a show this bad since, like, I don't know, an early Blade show maybe, or maybe like one of my first TKIs or something. Whereas like the 12-hour nights or days and stuff for about 2.5 weeks, you know, it was a lot of long nights for a very long time. And I fucking crashed so hard.
Yeah, I can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
No, but it was just, you know, I don't know. Everything just took so long. Even finishing shit was pissing me off.
I
Yeah.
was like, I'm going to work a night shift, and I made it till like 10:20. I was like, this is bullshit. I'm going home and going to bed.
Yeah.
That's called maturity, Tom.
Yeah.
No, I
No,
wasn't
it's
staying
like,
up
I
till
don't
11
care.
or stuff. I was just, you know, but getting out there at 6:30 and being done at, you know, 8 or 9 for many, many days in a row was starting to fucking pile up.
Yeah. We old boys. That's part of it.
We get
are.
there and it's rough. But yeah. No, Blade Show was fantastic. Then we got to walk around Saturday morning.
Some of these guys are going to hear Birch say, oh, no, I didn't stay up till 11 o'clock or anything crazy like that. Be like, what? That's when we
Yeah.
start, man.
Right.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
My eyeballs are the first to go at that point. That long day in the shop, my eyes start fucking hurting.
Well, I don't know, man. I think we're all getting a little older. That's a factor. And you're an early bird anyway, but
Oh, I'm fucking very early. But I know that's where I fuck shit up is when I start not paying attention.
yeah.
But like I told you guys, man, the books were fucking flying. My audiobooks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
So
Burning
200
through 'em.
days. I was
8-hour
like,
book.
good Lord.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I was fortunate to be asked to teach a class Thursday night. So yeah, that was kind of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's kind of funny. Some people were like, why is it Thursday night? Well, it's Thursday night so knife makers can come. you
Right.
know? People exhibiting it was, you know, a little bit hubris, it felt like, but they asked me to teach how to sell.
Yeah. I was going to say, that's
And,
what I thought it was. Yeah.
And yeah, we had a great time. There was about 8 people that signed up for the class.
Nice.
At the end of the class, I realized my zipper was down the whole time.
No. Thanks everybody for coming. In case I didn't suggest this as an option, show a little dick.
Yeah. Dang. Well, luckily, I think, you know, my shirt covered it pretty well. I usually carry a firearm, so I have a shirt untucked, but yeah.
Hope a
Still,
little bit your firearm was sticking out.
Exactly.
yeah.
That's a weird looking dick.
Yeah. Tom, do you have a square dick or you got a Glock in your pocket, son?
People are like, you got 3 legs?
No. We didn't buy it.
North American Arms? 22
As
short?
your possible brother, you don't.
That's
But yeah.
funny.
Had a great time teaching that. Always enjoyed that.
Nice.
I used to teach blade grinding, but I think the grinder companies kind of took that over, so that's cool.
Yeah.
It was kind of crazy that Bird King wasn't there this year.
Really?
Nope.
That is interesting. I wonder why.
This is just supposition, right? But if I had to guess, I would guess that they're getting kind of edged out of the knife industry and they're probably more industrial and they're just embracing that.
Yeah.
That's just a guess
Maybe.
because there's so many grinder companies now and,
Yeah.
you know, they're more industrial. So, yeah.
Right. Yeah. It seems like not that long ago you had like what, 2 or 3 choices, maybe?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, you had the choice, and then it was like, oh,
Right.
now we have all the choices.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I'm
Interesting.
sad to see that.
Did you teach that class before, Tom? The How to Sell It Blade? One other time. Okay.
Teach the
Zipping your pants up.
Blade University to how to sell the class. But
How to market Tom's
just kidding.
session.
I love you guys. Keep asking me to teach.
That's funny.
Yeah. But yeah, the 8 of us that were there, we had a good time.
Nice. Did
yeah.
you, just out of curiosity, what was the makeup of the group of 8? You don't have to say names, but younger makers, older makers too? A mix?
A little bit of a mix.
Interesting.
Newer makers, you know, as a general rule, there were several newer makers.
Yeah, makes sense.
But then there were some industry guys that have been there forever. So yeah,
Huh.
it was pretty cool. And Jason Knight and Josh Cody went with me. I asked them to come and hang
Yeah.
out because a new maker and a established maker. And
Right. Very interesting. Now I wish I would have went to that.
I wish you would have gone to Blade Show, period.
Yeah,
But,
I
yeah,
know.
Yeah, no shit.
I know. Yeah, family stuff calls sometimes. You got to do what
Nope.
you got to do.
Yeah. 100%.
So tell us, let's talk about Saturday. Saturday is the gem and the crown of this whole thing for dorks.
Hell yeah. Well, for me,
So
I got to tell you
I think we should say how it started out.
how it started out.
Yeah. Zach texted me and said, "Hey, I saw you went to Starbucks. Where you at?"
I forgot about that.
Birch went to Starbucks.
Ah.
My own kid.
That is shameful.
Uh-huh.
What?
Dang.
Yeah, that's how it
Yes.
started out.
So I asked Mark, I asked Tom, I was like, you know, what time we starting? Because I like a schoolboy, I was excited about this one. He's like 9 o'clock. I was like, I'll be there at 9 o'clock. You know, we have one section we like to start at and kind of go to. I think you were in the other room when I
Yeah.
got there.
Yeah.
So the first stop on that is Vince Evans and his wife.
Yeah.
And his wife is, you know, and I'm wearing, you know, a different badge, you know, but so she's kind of looking kind of confused. And she's like, aren't you usually here with another guy that looks like you? And I'm like, yeah, he'll be here soon. But then Vince was talking about, you know, how he and Richard Rogers and Sally and his wife, they all look kind of the same and they get it and all that. But I absolutely love Vince Evans' work and had an interesting talk with him about why he makes, how he makes, the process of once a knife is in his head, you know, it has to come out, right? And he's like, yeah, it once it's there, it's gotta come out. And I'm like, that sounds very familiar. And just that idea of like, it's more almost like a compulsion to make, I think, which is kind of wild. And I guess part of what we do. But man, he had just these pieces. You know, he had this Roman gladius that he did a composite blade on, and he was talking about, you know, doing a twist, you know, a twist in the middle. Actually, I need to start sending these, don't I? Let me send you a photo.
Pictures.
Sorry about that. So he did this fantastic twist, you know, composite blade, and the outside is different Damascus. And anyone who's seen Vince Evans stuff knows it is not only historically accurate to a very fine degree, but also 10 times better than they
Any
were
picture
made
could
then.
suggest. Oh, yeah. And you're right. Compared to a historical example. Yeah.
Yeah, they're meticulously, they are perfection.
Look at that
So
thing.
he was talking about how he wanted the twist to be the same on both sides. So not only did he have to do like 2 bars of twist on one side, since the twist would go the other way on the back side, he made 2 bars to go on the back, put a piece of mild steel
Crazy.
between them so that core part of the sword, the double-edged sword, would have the twists going the same way on both sides.
Whoa. Crazy.
That's a crazy killer piece, but that wasn't even the coolest of the piece.
Yeah.
And Tom, do you want to talk about this piece right here?
Yeah, so I think everybody kind of saw that bigger gladius, and I was the same way. It's absolutely stunning piece, but the smaller like Quillian dagger, it was kind of like ignored on the table, right? And if you started looking at it,
Oh, yeah.
the detail is mind blowing.
Just
So
fucking
it's got
unreal.
what, 5 flutes on it or something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
And I was asking about it. Each of the flutes has tons of holes, and like that.
Yeah. Pierce
one
blade.
hole is like what, 0.7 millimeter or something crazy small.
Right.
Mhm.
35 thousandths or something.
And there's hundreds of these holes in this blade.
Yeah.
And basically he was saying how he drilled a couple holes and then he'd have to sharpen the bit and drill a couple holes and sharpen the
Oh,
bit.
geez.
And he had to use like magnifying lenses to sharpen it and see it. It's amazing when you start looking at the details and like all those fullers, they're flutes.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. When you start looking at the details on just the blade, it's like, it's crazy. Like I was just like
Yeah.
blown away.
That's wild.
And he said he scrapes a lot of the stuff on his knives.
Really?
It makes sense. I think more control.
Yeah, he said he sets up like a steel guide
Yeah.
and then he can use a hardened scraper and just scrape it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, pretty nuts.
I mean, it's also like how stuff was made, right? But still.
Oh, yeah.
Wild. And so this dagger, are there a matching set of flutes on the opposite side as well?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's nuts.
So at the peaks of the flutes, at least at the guard, it's got to be almost like, not round, but it's like an oval that's got big deep flutes in it. When you
it's
get back
pretty
there,
thick.
right?
Yeah, it steps up.
Wow. That's crazy. Yeah, I would love to have seen this. This is amazing.
But that one was sold. So
Yeah.
somebody saw the love of that thing and how awesome it was.
Oh yeah. How big was that? Guess. Best guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
So your picture's kind of close. I mean, it's a decent sized piece, but
Yeah, compared to the Gladius to the other
Yeah,
side,
right,
it just
right.
doesn't
Yeah.
compare.
wild. What was the
Really,
handle?
really cool.
What was the handle on the Gladius? Is that like a Buckeye Burl or a
Yeah, some kind of
Bird's
stabilized
Eye
wood.
Maple or something? Yeah.
Yeah, something.
That's pretty cool, man.
But it's one of those you look at and you start and you're like, I don't see any flaws, no
Right.
zero gaps. And look behind and look at that sheath behind it too.
Right.
It's unreal.
Yeah.
Just every detail. No detail goes, is overlooked.
That
There's a reason he wins stuff every year.
Yeah, right. That Gladius is a really interesting piece because, like you said, Michael, like what feels like all of his stuff, right? It's like somehow historically super relevant, right? Or
Mhm.
correct. So it looks like a very, very old piece.
Yeah.
But the complexity is like, no, sheesh. You're like,
Yeah. Yeah.
like,
if you're
what the
going
heck?
if you're going reproduction, you could easily get away with a little bit of, this is good enough here and there.
Yeah,
And he
right.
doesn't. You know what I mean? Because, yes, some of that stuff was done fantastically and some of it wasn't done fantastically.
Yeah. Wild stuff.
Yeah. And then we get to some of the cases where I really thought someone was going to bite on this.
Yeah.
So this is, we get to the cases. This is the ones we love where you don't really know who is doing, what's in there. You don't always know
Right.
who made it, and of course this one draws our eyes real fast.
Yeah.
So you got this pre-detent, anodized mother of pearl Walker folder.
Yeah.
And man, it was gorgeous.
Yeah. So cool. And tiny.
Yeah. And I'm like, Mark's going to for sure buy this.
I strongly considered it when you sent the pictures. Should we, maybe it's too late. Should we explain Saturday to the listeners? I think most folks that are listening have been with
Sure.
us for a while and they understand, but okay, let's back it up very slightly, very, very, very quickly. Tom doesn't sell on Saturday. Michael was done because he did AIM the other night. So this is like two super dorks walking and finding.
No, it was me and Michael.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, two super cool guys on Saturday just walking and looking at every funky, weird case they can find, which if you've been to Blade Show, there's like a whole huge treasure mine of these display cases with, like Michael said, there'll be like junk, stunning, like amazing piece, like, oh, surprise, here's an early Walker, right?
Yeah.
Next to whatever, some stuff that you wouldn't even remotely care about. Like it's just this oddball, crazy collections of stuff. And then of course there's cases that are like every piece is some amazing gem, right? But the funky ones I think are what you guys usually go seek out, right? So that's where we are in the journey.
Yeah, this case here, it was one of those. I probably should have got a full photo of the case, but I'm also like just talking.
Yeah.
You can see back there, there's old Espositos. There's not Owen, Lyle piece. I just forgot the guy's name on that top piece. It's just, there's nothing bad, nothing.
Right.
Kit Carson pieces. You don't know what you're going to find.
Right.
No. And that's, I love looking through those. And the guys were extremely generous about all our dumb questions. And I think we spent like an hour and a half just on probably like one single row, the art green and the ones before that. I don't know the name of the gentlemen that run that.
Tommy.
That one.
That's Tommy at Blue Ridge.
Yeah, just fantastic. There you can see an early Esposito, two early Espositos. I mean, there's no losers in this case right here.
Yeah.
And people would be surprised at the price of some of this stuff. And I know I keep saying this, which is detrimental to my own, job security, but I'm like, you can buy some of this stuff for the price of like a modern folder that,
yeah,
I don't know, I like, I don't know. These are gorgeous pieces with a ton of work, with a lot of historical, significance to the custom knife world in itself.
Yeah.
So,
Well, and the interesting thing about some of these knives are like, there were hundreds, maybe thousands of people who walk by this case, glance in, and they're like, yeah, weird old knives, whatever, not having any comprehension of who these guys are or were, right?
Yeah.
Or like these early examples of some of these makers, right? Like, okay, these are early Espositos, but they're fucking amazing, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, right? Even though they're early pieces that don't have the complexity or maybe the degree of difficulty that some of the newer stuff does, but there's like timed screws and super flush inlay stuff, and there's all kinds of trickery going on that, I don't know, people who didn't take the time to ask questions or even understand what's going on, they have no clue that's there.
And those early Espositos are a lot of
the
people's
weird ones.
Yeah, there's a lot of people's like best work. I mean,
Yes.
His early work is like, I'm not even there yet. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's wild. Oh, so we did see some Kit Carsons and stuff, and this was a funky one, a Kit Carson Auto.
Oh yeah, check that out.
$1,800 I think was the price on that.
Really?
Yeah, not many autos.
No.
And
I've
it was
never seen
actually-
one before.
Yeah, really well made. That auto like machining, I was telling Tom, I was like, that's really clean.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. And so that's an auto, but it's like, it almost looks like a blade lock.
Mhm.
Like almost like an axis, like a version of a flat version of an axis lock, but that's the
Yeah.
button that fires it. You slide it forward and it fires.
Yeah.
Nice.
And it worked great, snapped pretty hard, and the lockup was still good.
Yeah.
And that's a very old piece.
Right. Is it a dual action? Is that why it's got the proper
No.
Carson thumb flipper on it?
No,
Or thumb opener? Okay.
it was just auto.
That's funny.
Yeah, I don't know why it's got. You probably like that looked weird. Let's put a thing on
Yeah,
that.
right. Exactly right. This doesn't look right without
Or he
it.
got all the blades water jet and had a hole there.
I was going to say that, Tom, but I was trying to be nice. But yes, entirely possible.
Yeah,
And wild,
anything-
right? So next to a Kirby Lambert piece from what? Probably,
While back.
a while back.
2010.
Yeah. And some Striders, and then bang, Carson Auto.
Yeah, just fucking crazy.
Weird combinations of stuff.
There was probably 70 knives in that case that were all like,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So, and then we get the art green stuff. And this one here, I meant to grab, and I was going to go back and
yeah, I
grab
thought
it.
you were going to buy that one.
Yeah.
I really was. I should have just bought it at the moment. I was like, oh, I'll come back.
That
But
one
then
wasn't art. That was Tommy.
This was Tommy still?
Yeah, because he had those made when he was at Blue Ridge.
Oh, okay.
He still is there, but Blue Ridge is who's having those made.
So yeah, I didn't know this existed. And in my mind, I saw that Sterling on a bullet knife, and I was like, what in the hell? So this is a baby bullet with mother of pearl that is still fantastic looking.
Yeah.
Damascus blades, and he had 300 units made of this and another one. I don't know what the other one was.
The large size. He had three.
Oh.
He had that, the large bullet, and then the lockback.
Yeah.
Wow.
But he had this for, I'm not going to say in case I get a hold of him.
Yeah, you should not.
Yeah, ridiculous. But I've said before, like my parents got me a bullet knife
Yeah.
every year, and the silver bullet, was the business. And if you're lucky, you got like, the poster that was always like an adventure, someone stepping on a snake or, some shit. This is
Getting
fucking
knocked
cool.
over by a bear with your Remington.
Yeah, man. So this was, I still got to track this down and try to grab it.
Yeah, you should.
And
Is it
came with
numbered on the bolster? Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Which I don't understand because it looks like, I don't know what 479, but he said he had 300 units done. So I don't understand how that works.
I wonder
Either way,
if like there was 300 of each one, and like the first one was 1 to 300, and the second one.
Oh,
it could be.
maybe. Huh.
Yeah. I didn't get a picture of that one because this is the one I wanted. It's kind of sad because a lot of my bullets, the cheap is kind of started peeling away,
Yeah.
the Delrin or whatever it is. But this one just looked good as hell.
Yeah. Oh, it's in great shape.
So,
Very nice.
and then the fruit knives, man.
That's a crazy rabbit hole.
I wasn't aware.
The fruit knife spiral.
I've enjoyed looking at fruit knives, but he had probably 4 of these cases that were stacked up.
Just crammed full.
Yeah. Like, so imagine like 4 of these cases,
All fruit
Piled up.
knives.
all fruit knives.
That's
And-
wild.
And for those that don't know, I am now versed on fruit knives and I can tell you all about them.
The great fruit knife spiral of 2026.
Yeah. So, this was, when fruit knives were made, this is kind of pre-utensils and pre-stainless steel. So they would use silver and gold, German silver on some of these to make these small little, sometimes locking, sometimes not locking fruit knives, and sometimes they would give them, to your lady and have their name. Like you'd see some with a name on it. Like one I posted there had I think Annie or something on it.
Yeah.
But what's so amazingly wild about these is the fact that these were made 1700s, 1800s, and they would have proof stamps on them to show the time period when they're made. And the French, those were the really good ones. The French fruit knives supposedly were very good, so you want to make sure you proof that it was made in France or this area or by this guy. But we looked through a bunch of these, and they were just so still exquisitely, they're so clean, they're so tiny, and that's one thing I love about mother of pearl. It doesn't really move, but it still blew my mind that we're looking at these knives. I'm scrolling up to find some more pics here. We're looking at these knives, and the back of them is still there's nothing flared out. There's nothing, no gaps, no, look at the, and one of the, look at the backbone of that.
Oh yeah.
Look how clean, and that mother of pearl is, I don't know. I mean, pretty damn thin.
Right.
Well, really,
that's the first thing that pops in my mind when I look at this picture and there's 4 cases of these. Is so many times you'll see something that has pearl and it's cracked, or like you said, it's done something weird. It might not move a lot, but something's happened along the way, right? Where having the pearl, some of these pieces of very thin and slim shape, right? That's actually intact and not busted out around the pins or whatever. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and a ton of them were. And he, we talked. So he was very excited about the fruit knives, and he had one fruit knife book left, and I'm snagging that sumbitch at $20, and it's way more fascinating than I thought it would be. I really thought it would just be, about oh hey, we gave these to our ladies and whatever, but the different versions, the different mechanisms they used, who got to use them, who didn't use them.
Yeah.
Then moving into the 2-bladed versions, because you had a steel blade for meat, gold blade for your fruit. And I don't know, it's a fascinating book. I'll post a photo of it again in Mark of the Maker, and all these photos, of course. But if you think it's a boring book, and maybe it is to regular folks, but I find it absolutely.
It is a cool book.
I kept sending the dudes photo, and Mark's got one. Tom, do you have this book, or did you?
I'm buying it right now.
It's amazing. It really is. I kept nerding out and sending them little photos well, how's this mechanism work? And I sent that mechanism to Grace, and she was like, well, I don't know. and she's like, but if you figure it out, remake it. I'm like,
right.
I don't know if I have the skill, but by God, I want to.
Right.
Some of these knives, they wanted the closing part to look almost like a fixed blade. So they had a mechanism that would shutter and close, when you opened it. And unreal. These are,
switch out the silver blade with a steel blade.
The interchangeable ones, yeah.
Yeah. And they would come out violently, as you said. And did you see even they had these little sheaths that were so very close fitted, almost like a metal scabbard.
Yeah.
That they would fit over the blade to have your, non-whatever for your fruit. Little silver sheath that fit over your steel blade.
Yeah.
So that's a little second blade.
If you're interested, knifemagazine.com has these books.
Yeah. That's where I bought it from in 2021.
Nice.
So
yeah, $25 shipped. How do I know?
Awesome. There you go. It was $20 when I bought it.
Now, we got to talk about these carve sets.
Okay.
I sent those. They're in that packet of 4 photos I sent.
Yeah.
So come on. So the first set I saw was the fork and the knife, and it's a 2-set thing, but it's carved. The mother of pearl is carved to look like ridges, like a crocodile hide almost.
Yeah, right.
Which is phenomenal. So it looks like you added these ridges to mother of pearl. Phenomenal carving.
It reminds me of an asparagus stalk, if I'm being honest.
Sort of, yeah.
Yeah.
And the price, once again, I was like, what? That's
Yeah.
it. That's all that is. Unreal price. And once again, I sent this to Grace. I was like, I heard you like fruit knives. She's like, maybe. But in case one of us wants to go back and buy these sets, I'm not going to say.
Yeah.
So-
Right.
And then he's like, I've got this Micarta set too that has like a little scooper.
Oh, yeah.
It's got the little fork. And the fact that, you have this set from the 18, and he knew like the year, like, that's 1860. He definitely knew how to read all those proof marks or
Right.
hallmarks on it. And they're just fantastic. I want one of those just to like hang and just collect these little fruit knives, put them in it. Cause man, I like to be reminded how not skilled I am. Knowing these guys did this with a file,
Right.
candlelight, and tuberculosis is fucking wild.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
crazy. And I don't know. They had the couture, something like section where like we don't like to show the rivets.
Yeah.
There's all these different versions.
Who is the guy that had all of these for sale?
Art.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
And we we kind of had his full attention.
Yeah, I
It seemed
bet.
like this show. Sometimes he's busy, and this one I guess he wasn't as busy because he talked to us about a lot of stuff, and we brought up the podcast
Yeah.
because man, I would really love to
He
have
was
him on.
like, no.
No,
And didn't beat around that bush at all.
That's
no.
funny.
And we even kind of said like, hey, we can ship it to you. It's really easy, and
But he's got like the first Randall. He's got so much cool stuff. The tendon cutter,
Yeah.
Randall.
I mean, he's got so many historical pieces to the custom world in that one section that it's actually unbelievable. And he doesn't bring everything to every show.
Right. Right.
Oh, and this piece right here, this was one that actually did have a pretty decent price tag on it. A French one, double bladed, the Divine Comedy engraved on it.
Yeah. It's so hard to know also when you're talking to these guys because they're like, yeah, this set's $6. Oh, is that $6? $600? $6,000? You don't know because like
Yeah.
the one set we were talking about before, it was $6. And then this knife was $6.
But a different 6.
Yeah.
Right. 6 with a bunch of zeros. Yeah. See,
Yeah.
this is the kind of dude where you need that little portable recorder set. And you say,
I
sir, can I
know.
just like stick this on your shirt and then let's just have this conversation? Just do it live right now.
I felt dumb for
Get the
not
hell out of here.
thinking ahead and doing that, but my head was just my ass on this one,
Yeah.
getting ready for this show. But like,
Well, to be fair, you didn't go into this, even to the Saturday Adventure, planning to get down the fruit knife rabbit hole
but I knew I'd get down a rabbit hole.
of some kind. Yeah.
That's all I do is jump down rabbit holes.
Right. Right.
Okay, so let's. Tom wants to talk. He should talk about this one. Okay, I'm sending this one along. Speaking of
Oh, yeah.
very cool pieces,
Real cool.
so
But he had a whole bunch of Cooper.
All right, explain what we're looking at and then
Yeah.
why we're looking at it.
hit it, Tom.
So this is, I forget the guy's name. It's actually on the guard, but I can't read it. But he designed this hunting knife for Cooper, and it was one of his most popular ones. And this was the one that I think is Bish. Is that the guy's name? I think.
Yeah.
And this was actually his knife. So, and there was also another he said it was a chef knife. It wasn't a chef knife. It was
no,
like 3/8 at the spine, but it's like Afghani type knife or something. I don't know what it was.
It was
really
definitely
cool.
an ethnic style that we've talked about that Sean would remember the name of.
Yeah,
So
normally
That
the
big
spine
curved dog
is,
in the back?
No, it's
No?
under Michael's little finger.
Okay.
Normally it's like the spine is like forged in T.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
It was really cool. And I asked him, one of the Coopers I really want, I see it in all the books. He made a survival knife with a crutch tip like the Randalls.
Yeah.
I'd love to have one of those. He's like, I've only ever seen one, but I see him in all the brochures, and I guess maybe nobody bought them. I don't know.
Huh. So for the kids at home, when Tom's saying Cooper, he's talking John Nelson Cooper.
Mhm.
Correct.
Yeah. And the picture that we're looking at right now is a finger groove handle.
Mm-hmm.
About a 5.
Yeah.
Soggish.
Sog-ish. Yeah.
Deep belly soggish almost.
Yep.
But this was a really popular hunting knife.
Yeah. That's a good looking knife, man.
Kind of a smaller handle, but that guard,
The guard's
is-
chonky.
it's unreal. It's like it's almost sculpted into, it's not squared off. It's not
Yeah.
just
No.
it had kind of a very organic fit up.
Very flowy with the handle.
And yeah, super cool.
Nice.
Like a couple rows back though is probably my favorite set of tables.
Okay.
I'm trying to think. Have you seen the Joseph Rogers and
The exhibition knife book? Yeah.
that man's collection? His son is there every year,
Okay.
and he had mind-blowing stuff.
Yeah.
I know Michael got a bunch of pictures of this stuff.
Oh yeah, but we're not there yet, Tom.
We're not there.
Oh,
What I
We're not
missed?
there yet.
Okay.
You're
okay.
missing
Back
one
it
of
up.
the coolest damn things we saw.
Back it up.
Okay.
Sorry, I heard a honk outside. I stepped away.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay, so this fighter set, you forgot about these, didn't you?
Ooh.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Check that out.
Yeah. I didn't, but
Yeah, he was pretty excited to show us these. So
his wood collection. Yeah, it's crazy.
This is art as well? Or this,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. So explain. Okay.
mhm.
So explain to people what we're looking at.
So basically these are Barry woods, and if you're familiar with the mechanism, basically the handle rotates around the blade, and that's how you open it and close it, and that blade stores in the handle. And these are 2 early prototypes that I've never seen anything like these before from them, but they are these really cool daggers with, like, I don't know, these are prototypes, but the hardware is like all bronze or brass, and the handle's
Mhm.
wood, and they're kind of rough, but they're also kind of like 2000 Leagues Under the Sea type build.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know?
I could see that.
1967.
Really?
1967 is when he made these.
Check that out.
Yeah, they were just really cool. They're rough a little bit because they're prototypes, but they work fantastic, and they just the presence, right, that they have is just
Yeah.
crazy.
These were
Right.
100% with probably Vietnam on his mind.
Yeah.
Combat knives, unreal. I mean, I never seen they're the least Barry Wood looking Barry Woods I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, probably the biggest.
Yeah, they were really, really chonky, really
Closed,
big, but
4 to 5 inches closed.
Okay.
Mhm.
And they look like they're quite thick.
I need to start taking a ruler or something. But yeah, the Molly clip, or what, not Molly, but like the Alice vest, clip on there is fucking cool. Right there
Yeah.
at the pivot.
Yeah.
That's not an afterthought. That's what, that's milled in.
Yep.
And I mean, was that like one of the earlier versions of a pocket clip, maybe? I mean,
Well, that's 100% what it was.
well, I know, but like, I don't know if I've seen a knife with a pocket clip earlier than that. Maybe there is.
Yeah. I see what you're saying. And these were 4.
Yeah. Yeah. The big 4, not the little 4.
Big 4. 4
And-
large, as the kids would say.
Fuck yeah on that. I mean, it really should be more.
Yeah. Right.
So then we were really excited about that. And what is this picture? I'm just sending a picture. Oh, his Barry Wood collection is fucking crazy. Check out those bottom.
2 wood ones.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Their prototypes feel like the same era as the other 2.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Same kind of finish on them, it looks like.
Huh.
But he has multiple cases of Barry Wood knives like this.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, look at
He
that.
bought-
That's,
Barry's collection, I think, is what he was saying.
Wow.
I didn't even see that Micarta one right there with kind of a swoopy blade.
Yeah. That's
The
real
hell?
cool.
I just need to take pictures and then look later, I guess.
With the faceted handles.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's really neat.
Yeah, I'm going to have to pull a Mark and just photo dump the Mark of the Maker.
Right.
Okay, so we're still at the table because he also had this guy that I was confused about.
This picture's pissing me off because there's those tubes at the top with knives in them.
Yeah.
And the only part you can actually read is, this is the, it's like, yes,
Yeah.
this is the.
Look at this one. Look
Oh,
how
wow.
tight and clean this piece is. Another berry wood, but it's got a stag handle.
Yeah.
Man, this one is just fucking crispy. I think I got a picture of that kind of spine. It's almost seamless there at the top.
Yeah.
And that is an old ass knife. I mean,
Right.
shit, that's old. The stag's still fitting great.
Yeah.
So, all right. This one I was very confused by. Let me send you. This was still him. Then we'll move on to the other gentleman. Okay, I'm sorry, it keeps scrolling. This guy here. Okay, so I was like, what is the purpose of this knife? And if you look at it, it's got a stag, almost like that elk kind of, you can tell it's European. Somehow that stag and the old, you're like, this is European. And I
Yeah.
don't know how to explain that. But it's got that. Then it's got this kind of almost like two metal pinchy fingers coming out the back end. And one is semi-sharpened with a dull end of it that kind of looks like a penis, but that's, so it doesn't cut something.
Yeah.
And then two tongs below that. And he said when it came in, he asked someone, and they said it was a what they call a railroad knife, where they would cut the
mailbag
pouch
knife.
off the mail.
Oh.
But then someone else came in later, and they said it was for, what they say, the pelvic bone.
Yeah.
Now,
But they also said there was a special knife for cutting the mail bags off, but it wasn't that.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Which I can also see, but he said it was for, someone else told him it was for splitting the pelvic bone of a deer, which I don't know.
Yeah.
Tom and I were kind of like, I don't know about that.
Right.
I kind of thought it might be for like the ribs.
Yeah.
I don't think it was big enough to do the pelvis, like
Yeah.
at least on the deer I've shot.
I think ribs and maybe just working as a zipper type
Yep.
blade for the
European gut hook type.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would make sense.
But man, I was just like, what?
That is a crazy looking thing.
That?
Wild.
What's the mechanism at the other end?
Just a regular blade.
Blades.
Okay, so I see like what looks like a steel pivot.
It's
Like a
like
lever?
a rudimentary clasp.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Just lays flat.
No kidding.
Mm-hmm.
Weird.
Yeah. A lot of skill in that. I mean, a lot of fucking,
Yeah.
I don't know what time frame. I don't know old, obviously, but how
Right.
old, I don't know.
What an interesting piece.
Yeah, very much.
Huh.
Oh, and I don't think, maybe this was Arts. Yeah, this was Arts too. These were called Novelty. This is a video I sent you. Novelty gravity knives.
Oh, those were cool.
And Novelty was the actual name of the company. And we were kind of
Yeah.
wondering, was that like a way to get around having a gravity knife by calling it a novelty knife?
Yeah, right. Huh.
But the mechanism was extremely simple. Just kind of a spring loaded kind of roller lock. You pull back on it, you can feel a little spring tension.
Yeah.
And then it fit, when the blade came all the way out, it had a little groove that roller would fit into.
Huh. Oh, yeah. Okay. The
So-
video just came through.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Okay.
check that out.
Oh, yeah. Wild.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Pretty damn cool.
All right. So it's a gravity knife
Mhm.
that has roller is a good description. It's it's a little latch that you peel it back with your thumb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Huh.
it's
Has,
got
like-
basically a ridge that releases, hides the opening, blade falls out,
Yeah.
and when it comes all the way out, it hits a groove into the end of the blade and
latches.
sticks in.
Yeah.
The OG fidget tool
yeah, right.
knife.
That
and
one
even
was
him-
9.
Yeah, when he pulled it out, he had to. He obviously had fidgeted the shit out of those things because he worked it great.
Yeah. Yeah, Michael's
So-
got it sort of slow motion in the video so you can see how it works. But
And yeah, also I'm like, don't drop and don't whatever. And
yeah,
I just-
right.
So yeah, so then we're finally done with his table.
Yeah. Wow.
It was kind of awkward when Michael reached way up with that gravity knife and then just like slung it all the way down and did the wrist
Yeah.
flick.
Well, of course, you know.
Got the strong wind up, thwack.
Just a little gravity, man. That's all it needs.
Yeah.
So then we hit the Randall section behind us. You know,
Oh,
there's
that
that
was
big
crazy.
Randall section, and I just took this picture because we thought you'd like this knife. It was $300, but we didn't think you'd want it.
I think that was one of their
I was going to say, this is sort of like a stretch model, like a 4.7, 4.8 or something. Yeah. I think Jason showed me something like this when I was at the museum.
I think it was one of their collector club knives.
Yeah, right. That sounds right.
Sexy as hell, though.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
that. Absolutely love that. I'm a sucker
Right.
for that pattern or that version of that pattern.
Well, just
Yeah.
that idea of the hunter fighters.
Yeah, right.
I love them. Whether they're 4s, 3s, whatever. They're just curvier.
Yeah. And I love that profile along the top, right? Where it's got that upswept blade.
That
Mhm.
SOG profile.
Yeah, with that
But
arc.
just
And then the arc up to the handle that mimics the area in front of the guard. So cool.
yeah, and usually they have some Mark IIs in there too.
Yeah.
Not a single one.
Really?
I didn't see a single Mark II because remember last year I came across a Vietnam era. It was a little rough, but not bad for a pretty decent price
Yeah.
that I should have taken home that I didn't. So I was like, I'm going to find one. Not a single one.
Really?
So then we came across a couple gut shovels.
Those bayonets, those were awesome.
Yeah. Check those
So-
out.
I took a video, I don't know, it probably isn't there yet, of how this is really cool. A little detent had like a brass thing over the leather, and it's a detent type fit inside.
Okay. Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh, yeah.
Fucking cool as hell, man.
Did you get a hand model for that? Wow.
Yeah, but look at, okay, so check, I told him to make sure you get this. There's 2 X's
Yes. I saw that in the picture.
on the handle. Yeah, man.
Wow.
Those are probably.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Right.
What we found interesting was one side was dull, the other side was sharp. So
Really?
the
Like it
the
looks
side,
like it'd be double edged, but
Yeah.
it's not.
Huh.
The
That's
top
almost-
is full thickness.
that
Really?
top where you can see it rounded, that's almost just a fuller that goes down versus the other side, which has an edge.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the picture makes it look like it's double-sided for sure.
Nope.
But yeah, I don't
Huh.
know. And they had another one that wasn't as elaborate, or I don't know. It was what do you call it? Pressed out,
Yeah.
a lot wider, thinner, and it even had a bent edge on the top.
Yeah.
So we wondered if that was actually like, oh, you could,
Entrenching.
Oh.
yeah,
Yeah.
cut away some sticks and also actually dig. But this one was more,
And stab somebody.
Right.
yeah, more stabby than entrenching.
Yeah.
Unless
That's
you
pretty
want
cool.
to camp in someone's chest cavity.
It just, this one feels weird to me because it's like there's so much work in the sheath and the blade. And then they're like, yeah, let's just stick a round handle on it.
Yeah, it's got that weird
Yeah.
barrel handle.
Yeah. Who gives?
Huh.
It's kind of the way it feels, but
Right.
Yeah, very strange. But
Yeah.
who knows? That could have been one of those that were surplus from, some other handle or some bullshit.
yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's like from a garden tool or some shit because that's
Yeah.
what they had.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, Tom, I'm sure that's not a kill count. Those are indexing marks for that round handle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's probably like how many times they had to use it to entrench or something.
Yes. Yeah,
He
right.
made 2 camps.
2
Yep.
camps. Yes, right.
That's it. Yeah.
I think Bob T does this sometimes, like the inverse version of that pin detent into the sheath, where he's got a little hole in the handle, like a dimple in the
Uh-huh.
handle, and the sheath has like a little tit that sticks out and engages that little
Sure.
dimple, like an inside-out version. Yeah, right. Exactly. Neat.
So much cool
This,
stuff.
now we're getting to the other table.
Oh boy.
The collection from the son. Is it the son who has the collection?
Yeah.
Wow.
So he had no information on this one. I sent this to Grace too.
Yeah, right.
But this is it's not Art Deco, but they are some serious shears. I mean, they have to be cloth shears, but it's almost attached to like a journal cover, or maybe that's a fabric holding cover.
I don't
Maybe.
know.
I don't quite know, but the handles of the shears are just phenomenal. They've got these arrows it's like a pierced type of handle.
Yep.
Where these kind of arrows, it's got carving, it's you'll have to see it. You'll have to wait till you see pictures because it's kind of unreal.
It looks pretty deco to me, man.
Yeah, the square, not square, kind of.
The octagon apertures for
Yeah.
the finger
But
loops.
the arrows
Yeah.
are throwing me.
Yeah. Huh. That's a really cool set. So does that panel this is a set of shears or scissors that are like in a fancy I don't know,
Leather,
satchel thing or something
Yeah.
that looks
But-
like it maybe also once held a pen or something else, a couple other implements, right? Those other little loops.
Oh, 100%. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. It obviously held something.
Does it slide into that pouch? Is that like a little sliding insert?
Yeah.
I didn't touch this one.
Okay.
But yeah, it's.
Yeah. This makes you wonder if this was a kind of like a much later version of, not calligraphy, but you know what I mean? Like a letter writing set or something. Like I could see there being like a little tube of ink and maybe a little quill pen in there. I don't know. Maybe
But
not.
those aren't tiny like papers.
They're big.
Those are pretty big. I don't know.
Yeah. Don't know.
I do not know.
Huh. Would Grace have any idea? Did she say what she thought they were?
I sent them and she said, those are really, really cool. And that's what I got out of her. But she's also in the middle of like moving stuff. So I didn't want to be like,
yeah.
can you tell me more?
Right. Very interesting.
Yeah. Okay. What are we
This
where
was
we at?
the Sheffield stuff guy that
yeah,
we're
yeah,
pivoting
yeah.
to. Okay.
I was immediately attracted to this just barrel. Japanese,
Oh, yeah.
engraved, just the barrel.
Wow.
It's gorgeous.
$600, I think.
Yeah. I mean,
Huh.
I would put that up in my whatever, and it had the crowning had engraving on it too. Just so beautifully engraved and
It's like a barrel
inlaid.
from a flintlock pistol or something. Yeah.
Yeah,
Huh.
octagonal,
Yeah, right. Wow.
So
Pretty
I-
elaborate, man.
Fuck yeah, man. But looking at my little guns book I also bought at Barnes & Noble. There's some pretty some cool ones out there.
Yeah, right. So I wonder if that's this Damascene stuff that Rachel talked to us about before. That
It probably is. 'cause
applied
it
to the
didn't look,
surface. Yeah.
it didn't feel, I don't know, but maybe it's the age.
Super deep.
Yeah. This next one here. This is going to be for summoning possibly someone real rough.
Ooh.
We were attracted to the goat's head.
Yeah, right.
You want to talk about this one a little bit, Tom?
Wow.
Sure. Yeah. I really was trying to find a Woots piece. I really
Yeah.
like
Mhm.
Woots. And I thought maybe this one might be, but I believe it was pattern welded,
Yeah.
which is weird because several of the pieces we thought would be Woots were actually pattern welded, it looked like.
Interesting.
And the guy that owned it, he didn't really know the difference between Woots and pattern welded.
Yeah.
But super cool piece. And that goat head, I was like, Sean would.
Yeah. That's intense.
But yeah, the fittings were kind of loose and everything, but based on the age and the quality of the piece, it was really a cool piece.
Yeah.
And that definitely has some Damascene right there.
Right. Yeah, big time.
Yeah.
Very detailed.
That
goat
blade
was
shape,
crazy.
that's the blade shape, that ethnic blade shape we're talking
Yeah.
about for
The Cooper.
the Cooper had.
Yeah. Had that T-shaped spine that runs
Uh-huh.
down the
And they
back.
were like, yeah, he was like, is it a chef knife? I'm like, that ain't no
No.
chef knife.
It wasn't chef knife.
No, there were creatures of various heartbeats sacrificed with that is what it looks like to me. But
Something.
yeah,
It was one of those where you're like, huh.
Right.
What that was used for.
Right. So this is a long, so for the kids at home, this is pretty, 7-inch blade, 8-inch blade maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah. And not a dagger in this but still super stabby shape.
Looks Indian to me.
Yeah. The name of it is like on the tip of my tongue, and it's been there for like a week, and I could easily Google it, and I haven't, and I don't know why. I should have done that.
Peshkab?
No.
Give me a second. Hold on.
Pause. You know, you can put this stuff into Google image search, and it'll actually pop stuff like that right out.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, I've done that with a few things. If you go on Google, you can take a picture of something with Google too, with your phone. But like if you have a picture, there's like a little search by image feature on there. And you can take a photo. Let me download this photo. And then I'm going to drop it in and see what it tells me. It's going to say, oh yeah, where did the picture go?
Kyber, but it's not a Kyber.
Yeah.
I guess it does have the spine. Chora?
Okay, so there's a similar knife actually. Yeah, Peshkab's.
Really?
Is that right?
Yeah, but that knife, the Peshkab's has that. It has a very unique
handle
and guard area, right? Where it's got like a funky taper on the guard. But yeah, like you said, from India.
Mm-hmm.
But there are a number of these goat head knives. Yeah, one of them says letter opener. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Opening something.
Yeah. All right, so let's move on to this next wild-ass piece.
Mughal era kind of stuff.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, okay.
And that's what we thought, like, they're definitely going to be Woots, because we looked at like 3 or 4 other ones that were, you can tell they're old. Right. Should be Woots, weren't Woots. I don't know if...
Yeah, that's weird.
Huh. Okay, so now we're moving on to a very elaborate dagger-esque. We couldn't see the blade, but hell, I don't. Who cares? This handle is unreal.
Carved ivory,
nutso, man.
Nuts.
Yeah, wildly engraved carved ivory.
There's a big handle too.
Mm-hmm. You've got basically
a big old chunk.
3 balls. I don't know what you call them.
Maybe it's a pawnbroker knife.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but it's almost like you're looking at a flower growing up through a crown.
Yeah, right.
Or wheat. Maybe it was whatever the agricultural stuff at that time was.
Yeah.
And growing into 3 different blooms that are coming from the crown. And it's
circled from a crown, yeah.
Yeah, fantastically engraved. And then
wow.
This one was behind, some glass, and then it goes in the sheet that's got engraving, around the throat of it.
Yeah.
Leather that looks like it's been tooled fantastically and held up fantastically for sure.
Yeah.
Pretty unreal.
Wow.
Yeah, that one. And when I was down looking at something, it was like, oh, wait till you see this one up here. I'm like, okay, what? It can't be that cool. I mean, what's going to be that cool? And then we get to this fucker.
He's mine. Like, we just like, what? And it's huge.
Yeah. So this is
really,
yeah, pieces of mother of pearl.
Wow.
I don't like even
Einstein or who's on the dime? That's who the elephant looks like, or the $50.
Oh,
yeah. This was the crest for the Rogers, right?
Okay.
The Knife Makers Guild or something.
Yeah, the Knife Makers Guild. Because I want to know to explain this, it is probably the most carved, intricate mother of pearl I've ever seen in my life. The depth is unreal. You've got these kind of like fleur-de-lis flowers going up from it that go into these cathedral-looking spines, and that grow into other flowers. That grows into this kind of family crest looking in that has a picture of an elephant that's definitely doesn't look like a man.
Yeah.
Right.
But that was the crest of that guild at the time.
Interesting.
It is so freaking intricate. And then it goes into this gold guard that is like every dimension into a crisp blade.
Right. High polished, crisp blade. You need to get a picture of the blade. It doesn't look like.
I kind of like, I don't know. I kind of gave up at that point.
Yeah, you were too deep into the handle.
Yeah. And I can't wait for you guys to see this. It's unreal. I get kind of speechless on it.
Nutso.
Yeah, and it's got its own little satin box. You can see that. I mean,
yeah, right.
I do.
That's a very good representation of the kind of cases that Grace sometimes makes for her stuff that she does. Right. This one's almost like this reminds me of like a coffin case. Right. It's not shaped like a coffin, but like that whole silky, tufted lining. Right. Wow.
But what is the metal piece on the side of it?
Yeah, I don't know. I saw that too, and I was like,
I was wondering if that locked it into the sheath or something. I don't know.
I don't know either.
So is there a frame around the pearl?
If it folds?
Or is that a...
That's what I was just wondering, because look at the guard. The guard is there's gap.
Oh,
Some bitch folds. I'll be damned.
Check that out. You're right, Tom. Yep, right into that gap.
Holy shit.
So that's like the lock. Like a lock tab.
I'll be damned.
Or really, I mean, even a latch, right? Even just to open it. Wow. That's pretty crazy. Yeah, this one is hard to explain. These all are, right? These are ones people are going to need to go to the Facebook group and see the pictures, but...
Yeah, we're going to force you to go to our Facebook group. And then we're like, oh, that's pretty cool. And then this guy pops up.
Oh, yeah.
So we've talked about the exhibition knives,
right?
The Rogers exhibition knives, and we were pretty sure this wasn't in the book. This one is a 400 bladed Sheffield exhibition knife with, it looks like, I'd say it's got a clock in the middle.
Yeah.
Which is wild. And then ivory as the quote unquote handles on the sides.
Yep.
And just good God.
Yeah.
It's unreal.
So there's like, so what we're looking at is it's got a clock in the center, and then there are 4 100 blade knives.
Yeah, like a plus
sticking
sign
out all 4 quadrants of the clock.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the young lady working the thing, she was nice enough to turn this around to show us the back of it.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
You can see like some kind of jeweling in there.
And the movement and stuff.
Yep.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah. Just those exhibition knives are something. I mean, and we've talked about this book before, but if you don't have that one, that's another great one. The Joseph Rogers and Sons.
Yeah.
Book is, and we saw Neil at those tables.
Oh, Neil Punchard? Yeah. Crazy.
We did, didn't we, Tom?
Yeah. I talked to him. I talked to him a couple times. He came by. His son was wanting a knife, and we actually went and looked at some stuff.
I forgot. I got this. I took this picture.
Oh, this is about the 400 blades.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
J.Y. Oliver.
J.Y. Oliver, working date 1780, 1795.
Wow.
Steel brass, imitation ivory. What?
Yeah, I just saw that. That's weird. In the 1700s, you use imitation ivory.
Yeah. That might not be. That might be.
Yeah,
we
work around.
Move this around.
It's goat horn.
Right.
Contains 400 knives, each signed by the maker.
Oh, wow. Check that out.
The movement is also signed.
This magnificent example was made by Cambridge clockmaker. Oh, wow. So it was a clockmaker that made this exhibition knife. J.Y. Oliver contains 400 knives, each signed by the maker, surrounding a brass clock with beautiful scrollwork, appliques, and engravings. The movement is also signed by Oliver. Wow. That's nutty.
And we understand that you're going to have to be a real knife nerd to enjoy this, seeing this, but it is a treat if you are a knife nerd.
Yeah, this separates the wheat from the chaff, this kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and some more scissors.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Those are real cool.
They are beautiful little scissors. That stork.
The stork is real cool.
Uh-huh.
Huh. So there's a group of scissors in a case. I actually like the set on the far side that has the
case.
sort of the case that it fits into. Yeah, that's really neat.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't.
And there's
the
a whole
smaller-
set in the background or off to the right hand side. Looks like 3 in a case
Yeah.
too.
Oh shit! Didn't
Those
see
are
that.
neat.
I did. Yeah, they're all over there.
Yeah, one's like it looks like some kind of shears that are pierced through. The other one's
Yeah.
like trimming, like I don't know, like beard or what are they
Yeah,
for?
or like
Or
embroidery
thread?
scissors or something. Yeah.
Okay,
Look at the file work on that set in the bottom left. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Like spiral file work all the way down the sides and handles of the scissors. Neat.
Mm-hmm. Let's see here. I keep scrolling down to
Wow.
send more pictures. Oh, this one was an intriguing one. I couldn't figure this out. I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
what is that?
Yeah, you sent this one when you guys were there.
Yeah, so the young lady also was like, I'm not sure. So she talked to some people, and it is a pipe cleaning knife. So this almost looks like you're holding some sort of antique gun in your hand. It's got
Looks like a tattoo gun.
yeah, almost like so. It's got a barrel. It's got this almost like very weird trigger that comes out on a spring,
Yeah.
and 2 little curvy pinchers that are angled in a certain way, and then a blade on the back of that. At first, when I first saw it, I was like, "Is that I thought it was a gun, cut and shoot,
Little
sort
cut
of
and
something."
shoot. Yeah.
And then I was very confused. But I guess in that trigger / trigger, whatever, that squeezes them together, it folds up and folds into those curves too. So apparently you pack your pipe, and then that one that curves, the squeezy one, is what you scrape your pipe with.
Check that out.
And then you use the blade to cut whatever the hell you cut. Tobacco, I guess, with. I don't know.
Huh. Wow.
So, and I had this verified by our friend, Bird.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I was like, I asked him a whole bunch of those, and he's got that memory. And he was like, yeah, oh yeah, that's 100% what that is. I was like, all right, thank you.
Wow. High five, Bird.
He knows everything.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that's a weird one.
Yeah, super weird. If it was weird, I was just like, will you? And okay, so I had to get a picture of this one because this was the lady's favorite knife of the bunch. And she was very adamant at first that this was a deer. And I'm like, well, that's not a deer. So this is a fox-footed folding knife.
Wow.
Yeah.
She was just like, she picked it up and she's like, I just love how it feels. I was like, well, each to their own. Not my thing. It
Wow.
looks it's about 95% fox foot and 10 or 5% folding blade. You don't see much of the blade.
Right. Because it's tucked down in the fox foot.
This was 100%. I'd say someone at the castle kept talking about the fox and whatever. I was like, I'm going to make that dipshit a knife out of his little fox foot.
Yeah. Wow.
You kind of see the part of a plug bayonet there on to the left of it.
Yep.
A swing guard. More pictures.
Yeah. Wow.
There's just so much.
So much
we could
to see. Yeah.
And at this point, I forgot I took that. Did I take that picture? Oh, Tom took that.
Yeah.
Holy
That's that
wow.
Navaja.
That
Yeah,
thing is a
that was-
monster, huh?
Fucking massive. We did this for Sean.
Yeah. No, he'll love to see that. Check that thing out.
So I don't even know the size of it, but it's like, it's a very kind of intricate Navaja like handle because
Yeah.
it feels like you have a full handle, then like almost these moons or
Yes.
constellation that continue the handle like in these descending size kind of rings, balls, whatever.
Yeah.
So it's
Discs.
a very, very cool look for that handle.
Yeah.
There was a really big antler Navaja that I
I got a
thought I
picture,
got a
buddy.
picture of, and I didn't.
I got you,
Aw.
buddy. Don't you worry. It's coming up next.
This thing.
That's what actually Neil was looking at.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
This one is interesting. This, I can't remember what, I can't come up with a name or a description, but like we've seen knives like this before where like that. This thing looks like they had the handle laid out, right? And then
and then said, let's go bigger.
Right. Or like, oh, wait. Hold my beer. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Right. And they come back with this giant blade and then they got to cover it up. Because I've seen knives like this before where like there's the handle and then there's like a little tray that comes out the end, like a long, skinny little thing that covers the tip of the blade.
Or like someone made the blade, someone made the handle, and they didn't communicate.
Yeah, that too.
And if you look to the left of that pearl handle stiletto, we saw a lot of that type of handle, that wavy type of handle.
Yeah.
I don't know the why or what of it, but I don't know. It was interesting.
Like finger groove, but too many.
Yeah. And we didn't know if it was just like a time period of that style, like where we were like, well, straight's kind of boring. Let's do something neat. So, all right, here's the big boy. And this thing, that picture doesn't really even do it justice. It was massive.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is like a huge version of that
David Lish.
The David Lish, yeah. What did he call that? His Frontier folder or something, Tom? I can't remember what he called it.
Nearly as cool as David's as far as quality, but
yeah, that's neat, man. So what we're looking at is a great big piece of horn, right?
Yep.
That antler
big
that has like, is it like a friction folder or what is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It had a little clasp on the back, didn't it?
Like that you'd use a pocket chain to or something, you mean, or what?
No, to lock that back like a rudimentary clasp knife.
I see something sticking out between the fingers right there.
It did have a little clasp on the back.
Okay.
I just didn't open it all the way, I don't think.
Yeah.
A ring. Didn't it have a ring on it?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Yeah, that's funky. Yeah, right.
It was pretty big.
You could see it from a ways away.
Right. Yeah, so it's basically an antler that's either split or slit down the center that the blade folds into. Again, a lot like the David Lish knife that I think we probably showed pictures of before.
A full,
but just a huge one.
Massive tine.
Yeah, right. That's pretty cool.
So at that point, I think we had to do lunch, or maybe I was getting ready to do lunch with the family. So we got done with those tables, and then we walked by here, and Tom showed me this lady's work. He said she hasn't been making that long.
Really?
Yeah, really clean. So we're looking at some Damascus. She's got some feather Damascus, a little bit of gold inlay, Damascus bolster, and then her fixed blade's really pretty. Let's see here. Oh, sideways pick. But this is, really cool Damascus. So yeah, just a little Skinner.
Yeah.
Her name was what? Kelly
Vermeer-Vela.
Yeah. Cool stuff.
Yeah. There is one. There actually are, I think, it seems like there might be a couple, but I just sent you a link to one, a takedown Renegade Bowie from Kelly Vermeer-Vela at Arizona Custom Knives. That's a badass knife.
Yeah, it looked cool stuff. And of course, she had like a really a presentation type piece that had like a whole snake, Quillian dagger, and I of course didn't get a picture of that.
Yeah. Wow.
I'm trying my best here.
Trying hard. We
walked by this guy, and his Damascus is unreal. Apple Valley Forge.
Man, that sounds familiar.
Extremely, extremely clean blades. And look at that Damascus. This is a big old cutlass style Bowie. Got some fantastic mosaic. There's not a single bit of line that you could see where anything's been split or reforged at all.
Yeah.
Frame handle.
11.1 inch blade, 16 and a half overall. Damn.
Yeah. A big old fat guard on it. Just extremely clean.
Yeah.
So
that is one chunky dude.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure in an episode we talked about this person, Trevor Morgan, Apple Valley Forge. Is that what it was? Okay.
Yeah. Blade West wrap up.
Okay.
His work is amazing. I just wanted to show Michael his work.
Yeah.
And I was amazed.
These are awesome. Journeyman Smith, no less. Oof.
So we had these gross knives. Bill Dennison picked up a bunch.
Yeah. Big pile of birches.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But he did have this extremely clean Gilbreth toggle lock.
Yeah. We talked about
but-
this one in our chat for a while. What a cool piece this is.
Yeah, and just an unreal price. Once again, I'm not saying the price because what if?
Yeah. So once you explain to people, walk them through the visual of what we're looking at. This is a neat piece.
So you're looking at almost like Gilbreth had a very unique style. He very much liked the inset handle. Is that what you call it? Window or
It's almost like overlay.
window,
Yeah.
something.
Multiple
So
pieces, yeah.
yeah, multiple pieces, but they're not close together. He liked them to be inset. He very much, I mean, this is the beginning of like jacking with titanium. So
Yeah.
he always has kind of a little wire wheel, finish in a bright titanium, an eggshell on some parts. He's got some Westinghouse on the back end of it.
Yeah.
And the Takalok was a precursor to what we like to call like the modern flipper. He kind of showed Carson how to make flippers, and that's why you kind of see a little bit of Carson and a little
Yeah, I
bit of
can see
Gilbreth in
that.
Carson's pieces.
Yeah.
So, but his stop was basically this piece at the top with two little knurled discs that you can use to open that way, but that's would also stop on the top back of the blade, almost like a thumb stop.
Yep.
Except much funkier. And then it had a flipper blade below.
Yeah.
And this one was just, crispy as all get out. The super clean grind. And I'll always praise the Gilbreth stuff because I think he's kind of an unsung hero of the history of folders and where the custom knife world is now.
Yeah.
And of course, like I said, the price was unreal where you're just like, this is a fidget tool price for a piece of history.
Right. This is a super cool piece.
Yeah, I loved it. It was nice. And of course, but this is, the detents aren't heavy on these. These were just like back when a detent was just used to hold it in your pocket from opening.
Right.
That sort of shit.
Yeah. And not a super crispy, super snappy flipper in the modern sense.
No. But you can just open it and cut stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
And yeah, I don't know. And then, I saw a bunch of my folders start showing up before the show, and this was, I hated to hear it. And I guess Hank Schwartz, some people may remember that name, others may not. He was a knife collector and a banjo collecting guy, and he was an old USN guy, but he was kind of quiet on there. I knew he had bought a couple, like he'd won some knives from lottery and stuff like that, but I had no idea he had amassed so many of my blades. He had my very first slip joint ever made, a lot of chubbies, and Knife Magazine. Knife Magazine. The fellows there, they have his collection, and they had it at their booth, and it was a crazy collection. He had, all the greats. I guess he had a fantastic, like, antique Bowie. I don't know if it's like the antebellum type stuff, but
Oh, yeah.
I talked to, I'm trying to remember his name, the editor, owner of the
Mark.
the Knife Magazine, Mark.
Yeah.
And he was like, they had maybe half of the blades there. But he said those went really fast. He said he had a fantastic collection, but he had Fogs, he had Virgil Englands, he's got all the gorgeous folders. And, someone sent a picture or put it in a group. I got to see it for like 5 seconds, and it was kind of crowded, and I was talking to someone at the same time, so I didn't quite get to give the full like nerdy scope. But then I saw the picture later, and some of those knives in there, like we talked about, good God.
Yeah.
And once again, I'm not saying what they are in case this comes out before, because I there might be a few of those I want to take home.
Right.
But if you do, I guess they're going to carry these around to the show. If you see, come check them out. There's some fantastic pieces in there, and of course, the money goes to his family.
Right.
And he's also got my first and only auto.
Yeah.
I guess he didn't have it there, but if anyone's looking for that for, give it a home.
Yeah.
Let me know.
Super cool.
Yeah. It was a bad way to hear that he passed. I had no idea, but I guess it was last year.
Huh.
Good dude. And man, his collection, unreal.
Pretty intense. Yeah.
It was a lot of variety. You can tell like where he started, he probably started with some of the tactical stuff, and then he's like, let's hit that Don Fog. Let's hit the funky stuff.
Yeah.
He had some Rados. He had all kinds of cool shit in there.
Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, that was kind of the end of my stuff. Let's see. I think that was about the end of my pictures. There was only about 1 million pictures.
Well, and we didn't take pictures of everything we looked at or talked about. It's a fantastic time. And, Birch, I saw you, one of the main reasons I hooked you up with a badge was so you could get some materials. What did you actually get? What did you spend money on?
The most money was mother of pearl. I was at the table at 8:00, ready for the mother of pearl. And by God, I got a lot. And I actually had to put some back because it was getting to be like $2,300 or something like that. And I was like, I can't do that. So I dialed it back to $1,300 worth, which actually was quite a bit of mother of pearl. I got some yellow lip. I picked up a piece of Nichols Damascus. I had found some Nichols that I had around, and I was like, man, I forgot how much fun it was to use the Nichols. So I picked up another piece, a couple pieces of Baker Forge.
Oh, nice.
Their mixture is basically, you're going to get the same look as like Damasteel. They're using the American version is a 154 CM versus RWL 34. But they had a core piece there. The core looked, man, nice and straight. So I'm kind of excited to try that. Morphaholic Digit. I've used, so, we had this kind of glass, vintage glass, weird kind of thing pop up where, sets were going for like 3,000 and shit like that, which I can't justify putting that on someone's build and saying like, okay, so this is $3,000 and then I'm going to charge you 1,800 on top of that just for my part for something that may or may not be cool in a year. I don't know. So there's been a few companies that are reproducing the glass composite, which is, I've enjoyed using it. It makes a great shell for inlays and stuff like that. So I picked up some pieces of that. And then my first pieces of TPT.
Yeah.
I never used any carbo quartz or anything like that.
Oh, you did?
Huh?
You didn't use any back in the day?
No, never did. I mean, they were wanting like 600 and stuff.
It was expensive. Well, the stuff you picked up wasn't cheap.
It was 300 a set, which I was like, oh, okay. Or, the piece.
Yeah.
But they had usually sometimes that stuff is in a funky color. They had a black and they had a Tiffany. No other colors. I was like, all right, I'm good with that.
Sign me up.
I don't need to mix white in with it or weird funky colors. So I think
you'll like it. It works nice.
I'm excited, but then, you sit there and you go, well, it's got to be the perfect piece. I'm like, well, it's not rare. They're making more. You can just use it, you know, and just make someone happy. It doesn't have to be some funky, crazy piece. And I think I said like, was that all I picked up?
Yeah, you said you didn't get any knives.
Yeah. I got to figure out that knife situation because that's not, I don't know. I think I was in my head, I was like, I'm going to find a Mark II. So if I buy some of this stuff now, I can't get the Mark II later.
Right.
But
I didn't see any.
There was not a single one in the room.
Not that I saw.
I looked a lot and I looked around like Friday, because I was basically in there quite a bit. So yeah, I think that was about it. So, a little mammoth. Oh, I got to give a shout to Kyle. So he does a lot of like knife supply stuff. He's got like an adapter for reciprocating or Sawzall for using like stones.
Yeah, that was awesome.
But I was talking about stoning stuff, and he does the hammers.
Yep.
He sent me one of his hammers a while back. Super nice guy. And we're talking about stones. He was like, "Oh, I Geschwin." He's like, is that how you say the name, Geschwin?
I think so. That's how I say it.
He was like, "Could you use them like Falcon?" He's like, "Well, try these." So he just handed me a box of like sampler stones to try out.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, I'm a super nice guy. He's always, I don't know, he's been nice to us on the podcast. And
Yeah.
oh, and picked up some more slips from Rick Bloomer. He does he does my custom, my name for the knife rolls. I ran out, so I just kind of picked up some Japanese theme ones to tide me over for now.
Nice.
Oh, and a piece of Damasteel. I forgot about that. Big old long piece, flat bar that Morphaholic had. Don't know why, but it was no tariff cost, extra cost. So I was like, I'm snatching that right now.
Heck yeah. Yeah, you mentioned Kyle Daly. So his thing is KH Daily Knives. So if you search around, you can find his stuff. And he does a podcast too called Knife Perspective. And I went on
Super
his
nice guy, man.
podcast. They do a good job over there. And they're quite prolific. They have lots and lots of episodes. So go check them out.
Yeah.
So
he won, he did a chef knife with Damasteel and won the Knife Guild
nice.
award.
He also got elected to the board of the.
Oh,
nice.
Hear that.
Oh, congrats,
Very cool.
Kyle.
But yeah, I use, he makes the radius things for hand sanding, and I asked him to make me a 3-inch one.
Nice.
But if I got to do it, I want some good tools. So.
He's been very smart with his 3D printing stuff. He's doing some very cool, kind of out of the box, he didn't think about it type of stuff, which, pin cutters, things to make our life easier, which sometimes we do shit and you're like, why am I doing it like that? And why haven't I made it easier?
Right.
Definitely very smart.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
You want to take us a quick run through what you brought, Tom? You got a big pile of stuff over there.
Yeah, sure. Real quick. Last year I looked at Thacker knives, and I didn't pull the trigger. So this year I went back and I got a Puko and a really cool kitchen knife, that Damasteel, and then the handle is like Chaotic Works or something. I don't know. They're a custom phenolic maker out of Neosho, Missouri. So they're like right in our backyard. But they do like guitar bodies and all sorts of cool stuff. And it's kind of like art, that piece, and I really like it.
Yeah.
So I picked that up. Since Blade, Texas, and buying that chef knife there, I've decided I'm going to try to buy some pretty cool chef knives. And so I saw our friend Will Stelter also had a Midtech chef knife, and I picked one of those up. So I picked up 2 really nice chef knives at this one. And, with a magnetic base or a magnetic stand, they're kind of on display in your kitchen, and it's really cool.
Yeah.
And it's probably the knives that I use the most. So
nice.
I really like that. I recently got a Mossberg 590 retrograde with the bayonet mount. So I was kind of looking for a bayonet, and Michael was gracious enough to let me purchase the one that we found.
Yeah. Nice.
Really good price. And it is.
I had it in my hand.
Yeah. It is 100% mounted on my Mossberg.
That's awesome. He was like, well, I got a Mossberg. I'm like, well, it's going to sit in my drawer. So
yeah, right.
Unreal price though. God.
Yeah. It was basically half price.
Awesome.
I picked up one-off custom Hoffman axe, 3-pound head with a 28-inch handle or so, which is a really perfect size for that truck axe or canoe axe.
Didn't even see it back there.
Yep.
Yeah, it's hiding. And then I was having a conversation with Jerry Hasselman. He was extremely gracious and gifted me a knife.
Oh, that's kind of him.
Very cool. One of his last knives that would probably be selling at a show, and a new model, and yeah, really cool piece.
That's a good looking knife, man.
It really is.
His stuff has got such a distinct style anyway, right? His stuff is like one of those ones you can spot it a mile away. You don't even need to see the name. And that one, man, that thing is like, It's like got a super stealth fighter kind of vibe, right? Or a bird that flies at super high speeds or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's got speed, that knife written all over it.
Yeah, it's really cool. Other knives I picked up, Dead Reckon is a company doing folders here in the States, and I talked with them quite a bit about machining and different stuff, and I ended up picking up one of their folders. It's really cool. It's actually not shown in that picture, but
I was about to say, what the hell?
it's got some crazy G10. Hold on. I turned the light on in here so I could get a picture for you guys. The G10 is really cool on this one. It's like a gray-green, and then it's got like pistachio, yellow, and red, but it's like vintage kind of colors. And I tried to track it down, and I couldn't. Nobody knew where it came from. I picked up a Mummert clip. I saw Mark Mummert, and he's got a new double clip for fixed blade Kydex sheaths, so it kind of mounts scout style or on your backpack strap. So I grabbed one of those to look at. He hooked me up with that.
Nice.
Griffin Company is kind of they make a bit driver. They're out of Canada, up by Umark. I picked up a copper bit driver.
Oh yeah, I saw that in your picture.
Yeah, I've been using it. It's really, really nice.
I think it's pretty, man. Super fancy.
Got some mass to it.
Right.
Cobalt.
Yeah. Michael wouldn't like it. I was able to pick up a nice bit of Stag. It has gone up in price. That's a significant investment in Stag right there. And it's only like 17 pieces, I think, or something like that.
Yeah.
Oof.
I did get some Mammoth. I felt Mammoth was short at this show.
100%.
Normally, Turnage has a big selection. I didn't buy anything there that I didn't find anything that I liked. And I almost always spend a couple $1,000s there. Ice Age had some really pretty nice stuff, and I bought a few sets there. And then I picked up some Fat Carbon, and Current is now making small batches of stuff, and they had linen rag, and I bought all the colors they had just to try. So one thing I will say, I think it's interesting. I feel like there was a bigger presence of the firearm manufacturers this year than ever. EAA was there, H&K, King River, Nighthawk. I mean, there's quite a few different manufacturers there, which I think is interesting. There's probably pretty solid crossover. So.
Yeah.
And I got a little bit of jig bone, but yeah, that's pretty much my show, and I could have spent a whole lot more, but yeah, got to bring some home.
Allegedly. Very nice. That is quite a pile of stuff, my man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Most of it's material, though, so material, it's a good investment.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. For sure. There's some nice looking Stag in there.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like it, but that's over $3,000 worth of Stag.
Yeah.
It adds up so fast. It's like,
yep.
Yeah, it
really
it's gone
does.
up quite a bit. The natural materials, the good stuff anyways. You can still get stuff cheapish, but
yeah,
not anything I'd want to build with.
Tom, what's the stuff in the clear plastic bags?
Jig
Oh,
bone.
that's the jig bone. Okay, yeah. Nice. Wow, look at you guys, man. Those are some awesome pictures. All right, so our listeners will have to go to the Facebook group. A friend of the show suggested that we should start putting pictures on the Facebook page. We'll have to consider that. Or, excuse me, on the web page for people that don't do social media. When I post an episode, I post every episode on markofthemaker.com, as well as publishing it out to the services. I don't know. If folks think there's enough interest in doing that versus doing it in the Facebook group, let us know somehow. We get emails and other stuff. People know how to find us, but I could post pictures on the website too if it's of help. But we could do it if people want to see us that way. But for sure, it's in the Facebook group. That's the easiest way by far.
Yeah, for sure.
Because this one's got a whole shit ton of pictures, so that'll definitely be the best way. But all right, you guys got anything else you want to talk about?
I don't think so. I was pretty excited to talk about this one.
Yeah, there's lots to talk about.
Yeah, there are a million other knives I didn't get a photo of. It just I could have filled a whole 256 gigs of just the cool knives we saw.
Yeah. I think for people who have not been to Blade Show, that fact or that statement is a great summary of the Blade Show experience, right? Like, we just spent 2.5 hours talking about cool knives that you saw, and it was probably 1/100th of what you actually saw.
Yeah, and some of my friends brought some great knives. I didn't take a picture of any Toms or any Marshes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But here's 25 fruit knives.
Yes.
Yeah, fuck.
Yeah. 25. I might make that the name of this episode, 25 fruit knives.
That was my gang
How to
name.
drive people to listen to the episode.
Yes.
How to get less
That'll-
people.
Patreon just starts going away.
Oh, geez.
Everybody, it's like people are making a bank run.
Yeah.
They're pulling all their money.
We owe Patreon?
Yeah. All right, boys, thanks for telling us about your Blade Show experience and from the Arts and Metal Show. Both sound pretty darn cool. So if I can keep out of family drama and issues, I'll just see if I can join next year and tag along on the walk through the crazy cases and see what we can unearth. Because it's funny, Michael was sharing pictures as they were walking around that morning, and I'm like, hey, what's this one over here? And he's like, oh shit, we're way past that now. I didn't even see that.
Yeah. There's so much.
It's sensory overload, right? It's a lot to take in.
And I feel like my eyeballs are trained to see the obscure and the weird, and I still miss shit that I'm like, after looking at a picture going, fuck, I didn't see that one.
Yeah. Well, thanks for walking us through it, boys. Thanks to our friends on Patreon for all of your long-running support. We appreciate all you guys. High five to the folks from Giant Mouse and from Arizona Custom Knives for their very long-running support of our show. I think they're right in there as far as our longest-running sponsors for Mark of the Maker, and we really appreciate that because they like what we're doing. We appreciate them. It's a win all around. So go support them if you can. And yeah, I think that's it for episode 160. Thanks everybody for listening. We'll talk to you next time.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah. Thanks, all.
To learn more about our makers, you can find Tom Crine in his Facebook group Crine Knives or on Instagram @Crine Knives. For Michael Birch, check birchtreeblades.com, Facebook group Birch Tree Blade Works, or Michael's Instagram @BirchtreeBlades. For my own projects, I'm on the web at raygundivision.com or check my personal Instagram @msteiner. For those interested in photos, references from the show, or discussion about the show itself, you can always find us on the web at markofthemaker.com, in a Facebook group called Mark of the Maker, or on our Instagram @markofthemaker. Last but not least, credit for the ultra cool and haunting background music we use for the show. This is a piece called Noir Guitar by Stevie's Amp Shack, found at the Free Music Archive and licensed under Creative Commons CC BY 4.0. And as always, thanks for listening.